You guys, I really think we are in a like crazy era. We have reached the end of our movie marathon for the month of July. This is the last episode we will be officially recording in July. By the time you guys will be hearing this, it'll be August already, but this is the last one we'll be recording in July. And I think we can say that July might just be the best month for movies we've had in years. And I might even go as far to say that fucking 2025 has had the best summer of this entire decade in terms of movies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know like it's 5 years, because I feel like 5 years in is enough to make a good judgment, right? We're halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think, cause like I know Jurassic World is a bit of a mixed bag, but here on the panel we enjoyed the hell out of that. You know, go watch that episode if you haven't heard it already. And we gave glowing reviews to Superman. Definitely go watch that one. Tony put his back into working on that one. It was a Herculean task.
Even Trash really liked it.
Yeah, so like if you guys have been following the show, you know Trash has been the harsher critic on the panel here, so like that should tell you something.
Regardless of
Oh yeah, that's never a knock against Trash. We're just saying if Trash agrees with us, then you know like something's definitely different on this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to bring someone who's as much of a negative Nancy as Trash into actual positive town, crazy stuff.
He does come off as a bit of a cheery guy.
No, it's so wild because Trash is a very positive person if you talk like as like a person, but in terms of like critique, he is a negative Nancy. There's no other way to put it. Like I love the man, but he is definitely a negative Nancy. Oh yeah, love the man to death, but he is totally a negative Nancy when it comes to like film or TV critique. But you know, regardless, we love you, Trash. We were glad to have you on. But man, are we ending this month with a bang? They finally did it, folks. The wrongs that were done to Marvel's first family have been corrected.
It is a miracle.
Listen, as a lifelong Fantastic Four fan who have defended them for years within like the comic book community and outside, where everybody's like, nah, they're lame. Who cares about the Fantastic Four? The Fantastic Four suck. Nah, man, I feel vindicated. I can actually hold up my hipster card and be like, I liked them before it was cool.
Now, folks, as we normally do, we humbly welcome you to our review of Fantastic Four First Steps, and how much of a fun and very emotional ride this film was.
Now, unfortunately, though, before we get into all the positive, we do have to start on a bit of a sad note, because, you know, before Brian jumps into the news, as per usual, we have to start with In Memoriam, and we have some pretty big hits for this episode.
Ironically enough, 4.
I know, right? That's great. But go ahead, Brian. Take it away.
All right, so first up, jazz legend and reoccurring character on King of the Hill, Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, that was sad.
And it's right on the eve of the new King of the Hill coming out.
Yeah.
He passed at 87. They didn't say what of, but they just said in his sleep.
Long full life. May he rest. May he rest.
May he rest.
Yep. Then the Hulkster himself.
All right. So as the resident wrestling fan on this panel, I'm gonna say this. He was a terrible person. There's no arguing it. He was definitely a terrible person. However, that does not take away the fact that he revolutionized the field of wrestling entertainment. We would not have wrestling as it is today without Terry. Okay, so we got as much as he is a piece of shit, and usually I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but he really was a piece of shit. I'm pretty sure he would agree with. You can't deny the man's legacy, but it is definitely tarnished due to his own act. That's all I'm gonna say.
Indeed.
Still rest in peace, but he was not a great guy.
No.
He died of cardiac arrest at age 71.
Not gonna lie, with all the alleged, we're gonna say alleged roid usage, I'm actually surprised that his heart didn't give out sooner.
Apparently, it was a month after he had major spinal fusion surgery
Oh wow, crazy.
as part of a more serious health-related issue.
Oh God.
Yeah. It sounds like, though, it might have just been his body finally catching up to him.
I mean, like I said, I mean, the dude was a consummate. You know, say what you want about him, but he was a consummate worker. He put his body through the ringer. I like, honestly, like the life expectancy for long-time wrestlers isn't that long for a reason, to be honest. The fact that he made it into his like close to 80 like was a miracle unto itself.
Yep. And we're going to jump back to the world of music. The man, the myth, the legend, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, man, that's so crazy. I'm sure you know that whole super. I think, and this isn't me putting a curse on her or anything, but you know what they say about like husband and wives. I don't. You guys think Sharon is gonna follow closely behind? I know they're not like close anymore, but like I don't know. I just those two are like inexplicably tied.
They're still they were still like after they divorced, they went to therapy and are like friendly. And they did do a podcast together. But this was after 21 years after being diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Wow, he lived for that long with a Parkinson's diagnosis? That's amazing.
Yeah, and also his years of drug use probably didn't
Well,
help.
of course, yeah. That goes without saying.
But
you know, but rest in peace, the Prince of Darkness, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Earlier this year, he had lost his ability to walk due to Parkinson's.
Man.
But in the one of the most amazing feats is he died 17 days after his final live performance at his farewell concert.
Oh, that's metal as fuck. Let's go.
That is.
Man, dude, like, it was like maybe 4 years ago. Whenever Post Malone's Hollywood Bleeding album came out, that song, that Take What You Want song that Ozzy featured on,
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, old man still
Yeah.
got it. Oh shit.
Indeed.
I know that was like 4 years ago or something like that, but still, that was impressive.
Yep. And his final performance, he was with Black Sabbath. And
Naturally.
if you remember, I told you that he lost his ability to walk by then. He did the whole concert while sitting on a black bat throne.
That's dope as shit.
Yep.
That's way to go, Oz. Rest in peace,
Also-
you legend.
One thing that I didn't realize is that he was dyslexic.
Oh,
Oh.
huh.
And it's heavily suggested that he also had suffered badly from ADHD.
I mean, a lot of people with dyslexia also have ADHD. That totally makes a lot of sense and
Yep.
explains a lot of the drug use.
Yep. And last, but certainly not least, the most tragic on the list,
100%. This one got me, dude. This one really got me.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh my god. And if the name does not ring any bells, he was Theo from The Cosby Show, Theo Huxtable. He also had more recent roles on shows like The Resident. He was still very active. Now, what makes
And
it so...
also, he won a Grammy for traditional R&B in 2015.
Yeah. So what makes it so tragic is that he was on vacation with his family in Costa Rica, and he went swimming, and he said he'd be back in a few minutes, and unfortunately, he drowned.
He and his daughter got caught in the heavy current.
His daughter survived, thankfully.
Yeah.
But he basically, if you guys remember the tragedy of Naya Rivera, it's kind of similar. He died to save his daughter.
No. That's heartbreaking.
Very much how like Naya died in order to save her son when they got stranded on that lake. That still gets me to this day. Naya was one of my favorite Glee cast member, and I had a huge crush on her back. Man.
But yeah, the Costa Rican Red Cross did all they could. Apparently performed CPR on him for 45 minutes.
Like he's a huge part of a lot of our childhoods, man.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
like, you know, obviously Bill Cosby, because of all the horrible shit he did, but like that doesn't take away from what the other people involved with his works have gone on to accomplish.
Well, also,
and Malcolm Jamal Warner has
Also,
done
he
his own
himself
shit,
was-
like, you know, yeah, outside of all that too, yeah.
but I was gonna say he also was one of the like first big people to like go against Bill.
Yeah, he didn't take the Raven approach of playing Switzerland. No offense,
Yeah.
Raven. I'd still think you're cool, but that was one of my few side eye moments that Raven, like, all right, okay. I give Raven more of a pass because she was young at the time, so like maybe she didn't see it. You know, of course, she wouldn't see a bad side to the dude. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. You will indeed be missed. He died so young, dude, and it's from drowning. Oh, it was so sad.
Most recently, well, it's not most recently, but one of his more recent roles was he was on 911.
Oh, was he? The most recent thing I had seen him in was the Resident, the show that had Logan from Gilmore Girls. He was I think he was the main doctor.
Yeah, if I'm remembering the character correctly, ironically enough, he was a nurse. But remember that whole story that I told you about the police captain that burned down a house? He was caught in the house fire and got part of his face burned and lost his fiancée.
Oh, dang.
And so there was a whole thing of like him being like, man, I realize that you're doing good in your life,
but I can't forgive you, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, the police, the captain was trying to do everything he could to make him, until he was like, I just have to accept the fact that you won't forgive me. So he did a really good job.
Oh yeah, he was a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
And he was one of those rare cases where you didn't see like a child star spin out. Like, and he went on to do a bunch of successful stuff. He was a outspoken political activist. He did a lot of great work within the community. He was just an overall just shining light, man. Like
he had his own successful comedy outside of Cosby.
Yep.
With Malcolm and Eddie.
Yep. It was just
he was a very talented, multifaceted man.
Yeah, like I said, man, this is out of all the ones that I heard over the course of this past week, this one was the one that got me the most.
Yeah, 54.
Yeah, Jesus.
God.
Anyways,
all 4 of them will be missed.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I don't know how to do a happier transition, but all right, Brian, news time. Comic-Con news, please. Happy Comic-Con news.
San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now, and
yay.
Nothing like big so far, at least as of recording, has been announced, but we got a lot of smaller things. Marvel and DC.
Did you guys see the new characters that were added to the Marvel beat 'em up? I was excited.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, Beta Ray Bill got added. I forget who the other character was, but I remember Beta Ray Bill for sure.
Hell yeah.
No, he's not in Tokon. It's in the beat 'em up, the Marvel Cosmic. It's the side scroller beat 'em up, which looks really dope. It has Jen was revealed in the last trailer before this newest one. Jen and Rocket were the ones revealed in the last one. I don't remember who was revealed with Beta Ray Bill. Fuck, it's gonna bother me now.
I know that in the Mystic game that Marvel has right now, they just announced Juggernaut.
Yep, I did hear that.
But that actually leads me to our first story, because DC only showed up for Peacemaker, which they did release a trailer, but since I'm not up to date, I hope you don't mind that I didn't put that in trailer talk.
Perfectly fine, Brian. I know you don't want to spoil yourself. Totally get it.
Marvel didn't show up at all, except for Kevin Feige did do an interview where he sprinkled a few little things.
Duh, why could I not remember? It's fucking Norrin. It was Bill and Norrin that were announced for Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I did not mean to interrupt you. It was just gonna bother me if I didn't know who the second character was.
No, I've been there, dude, for sure. But the two little bits that he gave us, Feige, is that post Secret Wars, they are going to be reeling things back. and focusing mostly on street level and mutants.
Good.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Already proved, yeah.
But the biggest thing that he announced is he teased that 2 major characters are going to be recasted post Secret Wars.
Okay.
I heard about that too, and in the long run, I think it makes a lot of sense.
All right.
Steve and Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. Think about it. If you can go on ahead, Brian. I apologize.
I was just going to say that when talking about it, he cited characters like James Bond, to where these are legacy characters played by multiple actors.
Oh yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. It just makes me think. So they're gonna crisis this? They're just gonna do a universe like soft reboot?
I'm kind of thinking that since
like I know Crisis is a DC thing, but that's the closest comparison that I can think of.
My logic behind what Feige said, and I could be wrong, but I have an inkling that it might be the case. Thanks to the Doom shenanigans in Doomsday and Secret Wars, playing up the composite nature of Battle World from the 2015 iteration of Secret Wars, was it, Jay?
Yeah, 2015.
And kind of making that the basis for the new universe when things get ultimately reset. Things will be altered but remain the same. It's kind of like...
So Crisis.
So Crisis, but done right.
Well, no, Crisis was done right. I'd argue that Crisis was the only one that was done right.
No, not what I'm getting at here. The point that the MCU is going to be doing correctly is what their competitor film-wise did incorrectly.
I see. Okay, I'm with you. I was more on like the comic side of things. I was like, no, I feel like Crisis was solid. It was when we got into stuff like Final Crisis and Infinite Crisis where shit got wonky.
Yeah, I'm saying that Crisis on Infinite Earth was done right, but what I'm saying film-wise, the one that DC did wrong was the Flash movie.
I'm honestly totally okay with them and actually I think this softens the blow with RDJ's Doom. Because like if we recast Tony and just keep RDJ as Doom, I'm kind of cool with it.
Yeah, I would not be mad at that. But gents, we got a lot more news to go through.
Oh, my bad.
But in a thing that kind of surprised me in our current like political sphere.
All right.
The video game Wolfenstein is getting a TV show, a live-action TV show.
I mean,
that's hilarious. I mean, it's not really politically complicated to want to kill Nazis, so like.
Yeah, but anyway, it's going to be from Amazon MGM Studios, so presumably on Prime.
So is that the same crew that did like the Fallout show? Because I heard the Fallout show was actually pretty good from what I've heard from people.
Yeah, I think it is, but the showrunner will be a guy named Patrick Somerville.
Okay.
Who's done mostly done like Critical Darling miniseries, like Made for Love, which starred the mom from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, the one who played Sophia Falcone. Nice.
Yeah. Station 11, which was an artsy post-apocalyptic TV show.
I've heard of that.
And then Darling of the Show, Maniac.
Oh, that weird ass Emma Stone, Jonah Hill, Insane Asylum show.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird, but I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, indeed. But so he's going to be in charge of the Wolfenstein, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Star Trek did a panel where they released one trailer for a new project that I'm interested in, which will be in Trailer Talk, spoiler alert. But also, they announced that they're doing a podcast mini about the origins of Khan.
Yeah, you said it wrong. You said it wrong, Brian. You didn't yell.
Khan!
There you go. You can't say his name in lowercase, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. Naveen Andrews, the dude from Lost, who was also on Sense8.
Oh, cool.
He will be voicing.
That's the Indian gentleman, right?
I believe so. He will be voicing Khan himself. But also, interestingly enough, Sulu and Tuvok are going to be a part of the story, with their actors returning.
What does Sulu have to do with the origin of Khan?
he was a big part in the movie. Remember?
I mean, yeah, but like, what does he have to do with Khan's origin?
I don't know, but also Tuvok was the more interesting one, which apparently in the
wait, is this still in the Is it still in the Abrams verse?
No,
okay.
It's in the OG verse.
How?
I believe.
How?
I don't know.
Didn't they delete the original timeline when they made the Abrams verse?
Or like, is it like weird convoluted mess when it comes to those?
Cause like I didn't watch Discoveries because I heard they've mixed some stuff. I don't know, man. It's been a while since I've watched Star Trek
I don't know,
stuff.
but Tuvok will be an instant who's involved in the story.
Interesting.
But moving on to stuff that we more care about. Wednesday.
Don't shoot us, Trekkies. We do actually like Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just we like the franchise. Just the current state is kind of
in flux.
Wonky.
I had to make I had to make that pun.
But Wednesday, on the eve of it getting to season 2, it was already confirmed that it's season 3.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Which
Jenna Ortega supremacy.
Which is interesting though, because if you remember, season 2 is going to be her senior year.
Mm-hmm. So that means this will be post high school or Monster College.
Maybe
Monster College.
The showrunners, who by the way, reminder, were also the showrunners for Smallville.
Yep.
Said that they have learned their lesson and will try to avoid the mistakes they made with post-high school Smallville.
Dude, listen, post-high school Smallville, people meme on it, but it's some of my favorite shit. It's hilarious looking at it now. Like, finally, you guys look age appropriate.
Mm-hmm. And then, a bit of Percy Jackson news.
Yeah, okay. Perked up here.
That also is getting a season 3.
Nice.
And for said season 3, they have casted Bianca and Nico.
Good, because they're like primary characters. Who have they casted for Bianca and Nico?
Bianca, a young actress named Olive Abercrombie.
So is Nico? Nico has to be younger, right? Because he was like 9 in that book when he first shows up.
He's going to be played by Nico. And he's going to be played by Levi Chrysopoulos, an unknown young actor.
Good for him.
But the one that's playing Bianca, she was more recently in Mayfair Witches.
I wanted to check that out. I never got around to it.
But we would also know her from The Haunting of Hill House. She was Abigail, the housekeeper's daughter.
Nice. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. I love Bianca's a really cool character. No spoilers, obviously.
This is only for my fellow podcast hosts. Again, sorry people, but this was the official image that they released of the two.
Oh, they actually do look like siblings. That's cute.
Yeah.
Well, Brian's working on the video. Brian can throw up a photo here somewhere. Future Brian, remember to throw up a photo around here.
Then, the long-awaited, talked about Coyote versus Acme is finally getting released in theaters.
You know, fun fact. I actually heard about this like a month ago because I went to a panel, like a Dexter's Laboratory panel, hosted by the voice of Dexter and Dee Dee, and the voice of Dexter is the voice of Porky Pig and I believe one of the other pigs, and she actually released as an exclusive bit of news that this was coming out, but I didn't say it because
we actually now have a date.
Yep, she mentioned the date as well.
August 28th.
Yep, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yep.
Obviously she worked on the film, so she's there's probably a little bias there, but just how passionately she talked about it, and the fact that she was like, this is just some of the funniest shit I've ever recorded.
Oh no, everybody who's been involved with it has amped this up so much. I think it was Fred Armisen, personally funded to help get it into actual theaters.
And she kept talking about how this is gonna be John Cena's best comedic performance anyone's ever seen, which is a tall order because his comedy, he kills it with comedy. So this has been on my radar ever since we heard about this in panel. Me and Corey were like, oh yeah, we're seeing this shit.
Oh yeah. By the way, the rest of the news is going to be animated only.
Okay.
First of all, Rick and Morty is getting a spinoff.
Okay.
President Curtis.
Keith David's character?
Yep.
Nice.
Keith David is confirmed to be reprising his role, and joining him so far we know of is Stephanie Beatrix and Jim Rash.
Nice.
Which, for those that don't know, Jim Rash was the dean in Community.
Yep.
Along with a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be funny as shit. I've loved every episode that Keith David's president character has shown up in.
I mean, it's Keith David, but
it's also Keith David that gets to like cut loose. And I've heard from interviews and stuff, a lot of his shit is improv for the president.
Nice. And next up, we got a little bit of Dragon Prince news.
Oh man, we fell off of that.
So
not to say it was bad. It's just we completely lost track of it.
Well, it was 7 seasons and it's over, but a new series has been announced.
Oh, are they doing like a Legend of Korra?
Nope. This one is going to be called The Dragon King, and
is it not going to star Zim as a Dragon King now that he's older or something?
Oh yeah, it's going to be Zim and Ezrin as adults.
Yeah, so they're Legend of Korra-ing this kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
But like this time they're actually showing Team Avatar like we wanted.
Yeah. Yes. But the only thing is that this will not be on Netflix. Instead, they are launching a Kickstarter that will start in August. Mm-hmm. And apparently,
is it going to be on YouTube then, or where is it going to go?
We don't know.
Oh, interesting.
But it will answer leftover questions from the 7 seasons of Dragon Prince.
So here's my question: are we going to have to watch the other seasons to be able to watch this?
Well, it says that it'll answer leftover questions, but will also be a jumping on point.
Okay, because we really like the show, but we just again really lost track of it.
All we know so far beyond that is that Critical Role's own Liam O'Brien will be joining the voice cast as a new crucial character.
Where's our boy? Where's our boy Siren?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea anything that's happened to him because I didn't watch the show. But where is our boy Siren? That was our homie.
But speaking of,
that was his name, right? Wasn't that his name?
There was Viren.
He was the brother of the sexy crazy witch girl. Was it Viren? I thought his name was Siren for some reason.
No, that's not him. Viren, I believe, is their dad, isn't it?
I don't know any of their names. I just remember he was cool. Like, he started off as a dickhead and then joined their team as one of the good guys, and he was like a himbo big brother character.
Oh yeah.
Brian's avatar that you see in the video version of this is heavily influenced by that guy's design.
Oh no, it is his design.
Oh, that is just straight up him? Okay.
Oh, wait, no, because remember on the podcast we use images?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was referencing. That's why I was talking directly to the audience.
It is post time skip him.
Okay, yeah. So I that's all I want to know. I want to know where that guy is, because he was low key my favorite character. I know everybody is more probably invested in Callum and the elf girl whose name I can't remember. For some reason I could remember Callum, but I couldn't remember the elf girl. But yeah. All I care about is Soren. It wasn't Siren, Soren. I was close.
Yeah, but anyway, speaking of Critical Role, they had a whole panel.
Cool.
And they did release a clip for the next season of Vox Machina.
I still haven't watched.
I didn't include it in trailer talk because Jay isn't up to date.
Yeah, I was saying I still haven't watched. Again, not because I don't like it. It's just one of those I haven't gotten around to.
But they did confirm that season 4 will be airing next year. And there was they also announced a 5th and final season, which it was their choice, not Amazon's.
Nice.
And then also something else that we may be talking about later.
Mm.
And last but not least, there was a Hellverse panel.
Oh, cool.
And it was previously announced that September 10th, season 1 and 2 of Hell of a Boss will be released on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was now announced that to celebrate it, they will be releasing the first episode of season 3.
Oh shit!
That same day.
Question. Okay.
On Prime.
So we're caught up, right? Even if we haven't watched the shorts, we don't have to watch the shorts.
I think we're like 2 or 3 episodes behind.
Are we episodes behind? I thought we watched episodes. We just haven't watched shorts. Oh, we might be a couple episodes behind. Cause I think the last time we watched an episode was like we missed the Halloween one. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think there was 1 or 2 after that.
Okay.
But still not that much to catch up.
All right.
Cool. But yeah, moving over to Has-Been, season 2 will premiere October 29th.
Oh shit! A couple days before Halloween. Nice.
And they went ahead and announced one of the new voice cast. We know who's gonna be voicing Abel.
Oh, my series coming together. If Abel is confirmed, let's go. Series coming together.
Yeah, Abel is confirmed, and the voice may surprise you.
Okay.
It is none other than Patrick Stump.
That name's not ringing any bells for some reason.
The lead singer of Fall Out Boy.
Oh shit!
Oh hell yeah, that's hilarious.
Fuck yeah, dude, let's go. You know, all these years I've never known who the fucking lead singer of Fall Out Boy.
I did because I followed his brief solo run.
You know who I confuse him with all the time because their bands kind of overlap in my head. I confused him with Brendan Urie all the time from Panic at the Disco.
Oh god.
Like completely different people, completely different aesthetics, but their bands overlap in my head.
That is hilarious.
Well, also, Fall Out Boy is a very unique band in the fact that Patrick Stump is the lead singer, but he's not the front man. The front man is Pete Wentz, the bassist.
Yeah. Everybody remembers Pete Wentz because
that's why the name probably isn't as familiar to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're cooking with this.
100%.
Absolutely.
And we know that he can sing.
I mean, yeah, everybody heard a Fall Out Boy song. You couldn't escape them on the radio in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that Uma Thurman song still slaps.
Indeed. But yes, gents, that is the last of the relevant to us news. There was some Walking Dead stuff and stuff like that. But as far as we know, so far as of recording, that is all the news that I have that is relevant to us.
If you guys are interested in any of the comic news that dropped, like DCKO and stuff like that, I will be talking about that on Comic Chasers. So stay tuned to the channel for that. I've decided to put comic news into the episode as well, since
especially if something big comes out.
Oh yeah, and DCKO sounds fucking awesome. Just real quick, I'm not going to go into detail, but just to give you guys kind of an idea, because it's going to be done by a combination of Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson, and both of these guys are avid wrestling fans, and both have straight up said, we also love Mortal Kombat, so we really just wanted an excuse to make a DC Universe version of Mortal Kombat that didn't suck. That wasn't shade, and to clarify, they said that was not shade at Injustice, because Injustice, the video game, aside from story issues, was awesome. They were more specifically talking about Mortal Kombat versus DC, the precursor to Injustice, that all us OGs and unks remember.
And there was one other comic news that I am sending to you now, Jay, that you might want to talk about.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
I think that's all for the news.
Yep.
Let's go with screen time.
All right. Well, screen time is, of course, the segment of the podcast where the guys and I all talk about the different pieces of media or various rabbit holes we have gotten lost in over the past week or so. So I'll start. Mine is really short, and I mean it this time. The only things that have occupied my time all week are 3 major things. 1, Marvel Rivals, because I've been playing it to hype myself up for our current topic of discussion, and the MCU skins dropped. I had to cop the Sue one ASAP. I'm gonna probably also get the Reed one, and I might even gift it to our boy Tony, because Tony is also a Reed main as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I might send that to our guy here. Once I grab it. But the Sue one looks beautiful. I love it. I mean, personally, the main thing I got it for was the hair, because that's my main problem with Sue's skins, is I don't like her hair in any of the costumes. This is the one where I actually like her hair. That hair like screams Sue Storm to me. I love it. I've been having fun shaking off the rust in Marvel Rivals. The other stuff that occupied my time, of course, the Pokemon Presents happened, so I've been theory crafting with Tony here, talking a lot of shit about ZA and champions. Good shit, mind you. We are not on the Dragonite hate train that a lot of the Pokemon community seems to be on. I love Mega Dragonite. He should be goofy. Leave him alone.
Let it be. God damn it. Let some Megas be cute, goofy, eccentric. Some of y'all motherfuckers just are too edgy for your own damn good.
If you want edgy, go play Digimon, bro. I'm just saying. I've been playing Digimon. Digimon has awesome edgy designs.
And you can like both, but don't conflate the two to make them the same thing.
They're not the same thing. They're definitely not. But yeah, seriously, don't hate on Mega Dragonite. Dragonite has always been a goober. His Mega should also be a goober. Leave him alone. I will defend my big goofy boy. But yeah, so hyped for that. I honestly really enjoyed the Pokemon Presents. I've been playing Pokemon Friends, which has been like really racking my brain, honestly, and fucking with my reflexes, because some of those challenges require reflexes, and I have kind of failed at those for obvious disability related reasons. But it's a fun game. Because I like to collect plushies in real life, so you're telling me there's a game where I could collect plushies for free $99? Alright, I'll do that. So that's been fun. What other stuff? Bit of a, you guys know, if you follow the podcast, I'm a messy bitch. I'm a very messy bitch. I'm also a teeny tiny indie VTuber, so I keep my eyes and ears to the VTubing space at all times. And boy, oh boy, we thought the Cinder situation was crazy. Man, 2025 has been a historic year for VTuber downfalls. And this wasn't a particular VTuber, this was a VTuber corporation. Folks, if you're familiar with the VTuber space, this downfall was so cataclysmic, I dare say it was worse than the Nijisanji blow-up happened a few years ago. And of course, I am talking about the downfall of VShojo. Oh my goodness. The TLDR, they are pieces of shit that refuse to pay their talent and have robbed a charity of $500,000. There's a lot more, but those are the big main takeaway points. Do not trust corporations with your IP. Fuck all that shit. You can do it on your own. Honestly, VShojo didn't really do shit from my perspective, just as an outsider, as a fan, because they didn't even really cause anyone to blow up. They just picked up people that were already talented and had their own communities to begin with, and just were like, hey, can we slap our logo onto you? That was how I saw it, at least. And yeah, turns out that business model did not work out so well. But much love to Mousy, Amelie, Fruit, Nyanners, Melody, all the talent past and present who have all left. You guys got this. You were amazing prior to VShojo, and you'll continue to be amazing afterwards. Man, the drama rabbit hole was insane. If you guys are curious, there are plenty of videos out there. But yeah, that took up a lot of my time. And last but certainly not least, all the Pokemon Presents hype also just got me into a Pokemon overall mood, and I discovered another Pokemon content creator / YouTuber that I've come to really like in this short time of getting to see her content, and that is a Poketuber by the name of Party Arlie, and she mainly does shiny hunting and challenge videos. She seems pretty fun. I like her, and her naming convention for a lot of her playthroughs is she names her Pokemon after food, and I think that's hilarious.
My goodness.
And there was I think she did a playthrough of It was either Scarlet or Violet or BDSP, one of those two. And what she did, it wasn't Scarlet or Violet, BDSP. It was a playthrough of X and Y because she wanted to replay it like over 10 years later since we're going back to the Kalos region. And the funny ass, her nicknaming convention was hilarious because what she did was she named the Mon after completely different Mon. So, for example, she picked, chat voted as for Fennekin to be her starter, and she named the Fennekin Chespin. and as she kept evolving them, like she referred to it as Quilladin when it was a Brixton, and obviously a Chestnut when it was a Delphi. And then unfortunately, chat had her name objectively one of the best water starters, Squirtle, after the worst water starter. So that was an L, but that was chat. I blame chat for that.
They massacred our boy.
They did massacre our boy. They named it after him. And
not him.
Him. Listen, you guys, this hatred goes deep. We don't have time to go into the origin of this hatred, but trust me, this hatred goes deep. But yeah, shout out to Party Arlie. She makes great content. I think she's hilarious. I've been watching a lot of her stuff, and just other side Pokemon related stuff. I dusted off my old DS and have been playing X and Y myself to refamiliarize myself with the Kalos region. And I've been playing an old, super underrated favorite of mine, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. Personally, I've been playing Explorers of Sky because I think it's the best one in the entire series. Not really a hot take. That's pretty much like universally accepted among the community. Wonderful game. I hope it gets a remake. I mean, I don't know how well the Rescue Team DX remakes did on Switch, but I hope we get a remake of Explorers of Sky, because like the quality of life improvements for Rescue Team DX were pretty dope. So I would like to see Explorers of Sky done, and it has objectively, I think, the best story in all of Pokemon. Period. Like there, you go on some field trips for that one, and in particular, thanks to the post game with the character focused special episodes where you get to like learn about the origins of some of the side characters. It has some of the most well fleshed out stories in all of Pokemon without a single person in sight aside from the player character tech. Fantastic series. Absolutely love it. I will sing the praises of Mystery Dungeon until the Miltanks come home. But yeah, that's what's been taking up all my time. Tony, how about you?
Okay, couple of things. I will make this first one really short. I've been watching a lot of Serum Lake videos on the various different DC animated shows, like deep diving into a lot of villains from like the Batman, Beware the Batman, BTAS, Batman Beyond.
I love the Batman. That's one of my absolute favorites.
And also delving a little bit into STAS as well. A lot of interesting videos, deep diving into characters and their appearances, from comic appearances to how they're introduced in the individual shows, how how Pig in Beware the Batman was changed from his comic.
Yeah, I mean, they had to, because Professor Pig is too hardcore, bro.
Yeah, that's just it. I enjoyed a lot of those videos.
Oh, maybe you can help me. So I saw this clip of STAS, and I could not remember this villain to save the life of me. It was this clip of Clark like leaving this sexy redhead lady on a beach. Sexy redhead lady with fire powers, and it could not. That was Volcana? Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
Yep.
She
was voiced by Roz from Frasier.
Oh, yep. That's why the voice sounded so familiar. Yeah.
He was an STAS creation, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, like Livewire.
Mm-hmm. And just a lot of interesting things that Serum Lake actually goes into. A lot of the creation of the characters. Does like playlists of deep dives. Like I said, he mostly focuses on Batman-centric shows.
Well, there are more of them, so
yeah,
makes sense.
And
he says that BTAS is the most definitive version of Batman in his opinion because it was the Batman of his formative years.
I mean, yeah. Like,
I'm inclined to agree with him on a lot of those.
I'm pretty much there. It's definitely the most definitive, but my favorite version of Batman in terms of animation form will always be Brave and the Bold. My personal order goes Brave and the Bold, BTAS, and then the Batman. I love the Batman. People need to stop sleeping on it. Also the Batman had the best toys, and like, you know, I grew up in the Kids WB era, so I always wanted those toys.
Yeah, but the thing that I found the most interesting is that he did a set of videos on comparing the characters of each of these individual Batman shows that were introduced in all these shows. The characters that he focused on were the many different appearances in animation of Catwoman, Two-Face, Clayface, and Harley Quinn.
So I'm gonna say it. I think the Batman has the better Clayface.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, you know, the like Feet of Clay is an amazing episode. It's great. I think they did a great job with Basil Carlisle. But the fact that they made Carlo, I always say Carlisle for some reason, but Carlo, yeah, because I think of Boris Carlisle. That's why I keep saying it.
Hey, Karloff.
I keep fucking up these names. Oh, damn you, old Hollywood. Anyways, like, the fact that, like, they made an OC that was so compelling, and it was also, like, a fusion dance of Two-Face and Clayface, if you really think about it, because it's still the same kind of tragedy of losing a friend to villainy that you get from a Two-Face origin, and also just, like, the monster factor of a Clayface.
Oh, right, yeah, indeed. And also, though, you also have to give credit to Cape Crusaders Clayface.
Oh, Cape Crusaders Clayface was awesome, but that was more just a faithful adaptation of the comics, for real.
But overall, in those villain comparisons, he would always point out the BTAS version of these characters as the most definitive version of those characters. Like, more often than not.
Yeah, like I said,
not biased.
Personally for me, Clayface, like, Ethan Bennett's got it for Clayface. And also, justice for Detective Yin. Detective Yin got dropped like a hot potato as soon as they got access to Gordon. And that pisses me off so much. Love Detective Yin. Why was Detective Yin never incorporated in the comics, damn it?
I don't know, man. But the thing that drew my attention to a lot of those videos is the deep dives of how he goes about his deep dives. He actually does comic reviews on his other channel too, but it's mostly concerning the Absolute Universe, which I find fascinating.
Oh, the Absolute Universe is amazing. The only book that I'm not like 100% on is Superman. That's personal. Well, I'd still say the weakest book for me is Martian Manhunter. I'm just not feeling it, but I'm reading it anyway.
Ooh, that's bad.
It's a very pretty book. I don't know. It's just not. It's not. I don't think it's a for me thing. Cause it's one of those ones where it's like it's just too depressing. John's life sucks, and I don't like reading it.
Fair, and that's a fair thing to say. But another thing that I want to point out, and I'll be pretty quick with this too. Remember a while back, many episodes ago, we did a trailer talk on an anime called Witch Watch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, with the dumb airheaded witch. Yeah.
So I decided to watch that recently.
Was that on Netflix or Crunchy?
And Crunchy. Netflix and Crunchy.
Oh, it's Netflix and Crunchy. Oh, cool.
And the show itself actually made the trailers a lot more interesting. Like, the show itself is more interesting than what the trailers had us believe.
Okay.
It's like a super comedy in the way of Psyche K.
Oh, okay. So it has more of so it's more Psyche K than Aho Girl.
Yes, and there's more lore to it.
Nice.
Like we have like our male lead is technically an ogre with ogre strength.
Cool.
And we are introduced to a Tengu character. Like, all the magical characters are human presenting, but their origins are related to different mythological creatures.
Okay, cool.
Because I saw the plot synopsis and it said ogre, and I was like, what?
Yeah. So how ogres work in this universe is they are familiars that were made human and procreated with each other, because it took a former tiger familiar, and an ox familiar that were made human. They boned and created ogres.
It's all ogre now.
Yep, and our male lead is descended from that line.
Okay, cool.
Nice. Interesting.
And since he has former familiar blood in him, he has to be the familiar to Nico.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense in the trailer. I see what you mean.
And the whole point of it is Nico's mom saw a prophecy of her being in danger one day, so the more responsible male lead has to protect her.
So he's her babysitter. Got it.
Basically, yeah. And then we're introduced to the Tengu character, who is Nico's crow familiar and also a friend of hers when they went into the magical world, where Nico had to go to after causing a bit of trouble because her powers went out of control.
As they do.
Mm-hmm. And magic is just out there in the open after a while. Like, Morihito wants the secret of magic to just be a secret, like the fact that Nico is a witch, to protect her. And then
that just goes out the window.
That goes out the window. Everyone's like, oh, you're a witch? That's cool as fuck.
All right.
And the fact that he got outed as an ogre and he was scared of the fact due to childhood trauma, it's like, oh, you're a freak. You have super strength. You can beat my ass.
And they're like, but nah, the Shrek movies are awesome. We understand. Yeah. You got layers.
Yeah.
Like a parfait.
And they make jokes. They make fucking jokes about Psyche K, how some characters in, like, the comedy of it is so Psyche K coded. They make references to other works, be they like loose pastiches, like I said, to Psyche K outright, and then outright referencing Dragon Ball.
Oh, nice. Of course.
And of course, we have the trope, Jay. We have the trope of the teacher being into nerdy things.
Nice.
And the teacher is like trying to hide the fact that she's into manga. She makes a fucking Demon Slayer reference.
Oh, I gotta watch this show now. I was curious about it when we went on the trailer, but now I really gotta watch it because I love Psyche K. Psyche K is hilarious.
This is so funny. It is very funny. The English cast does an amazing work, an amazing amount of work. Oh, and Jay.
Mm-hmm.
There's the most hipster character in this show that we could call out his shit and call him just a loser.
Nice. I'm excited. I'll have to check that out.
Bro talks like, oh, I saw this film that no one else has seen before. It like talks about the most niche shit, but has his own YouTube channel where he gets like dunked on in his comment section, but he still makes content, which I respect.
I respect that. You know what? I can respect that. I can respect that.
I highly recommend it, Brian. You watch this show too. It is very funny and heartwarming at times, because Nico as a character, you really.
So since it actually has lore, do you think this would be a comedy that we could actually cover for the pod, kind of like how we covered Dungeon Mesh?
Potentially. Like you have, it's very. Because some episodes are split into individual, like, little stories within each episode that was narrative at some points, but there are elements where it is like a continuous narrative. They're like one and done ideas of content creation from teen characters where they just kind of drop it off because it got too boring for them.
Okay, cool.
Like that.
Interesting.
That type of one and done story to where you have like a continuous plot of like dangers around every corner, and you have like funny comedy bits where some of it can be very questionable. Like there's a female character that turns into a cat.
Oh, that we already. Okay, you don't even need to say anymore. I've seen enough of those to know where that goes.
But her magic with the transformation, if she falls asleep, she turns into an actual human.
Oh, interesting.
Again.
Interesting.
Oh, right.
It's not even like terrible. It's like
well, I know. I'm just saying. I know where the jokes go with transforming cat girl. Yeah. I mean, my favorite girl in Ranma 1/2 is Shampoo, who also transforms into a cat. And also one of my favorite characters from Bleach was Yoruichi, who also transforms into a cat. Biggest clickbait in all of anime, by the way, because when she initially shows up, her cat form has a fucking deep-ass, Salem-ass voice, and then she turned into Yoruichi, and you're just like, what the fuck? I got gaslit.
I was also saying that because Brian's "oh god" was more like questionable, like
because that could have gone lewd ways, but sounds like it's more wholesome.
Yeah, so
wholesomely lewd exists. Dress up darling is a thing.
Yes, but what I am saying to Brian and to the folks at home who would agree, mostly to Brian, it's playing off more of the stand-up nature of cats for comedy.
Yeah.
where she wants to be more like a scout because of Morihito as a character, and how earnest and just very upfront and artistic about it he is. Like, this is what you have to do when you're trying to get a cat to like you.
Gotcha.
So trying to pet the animal politely and not scare them, as I'm saying as my cat is laying on my lap right now.
Yeah, all right, sounds fun. Anything else you want to highlight?
Finally. Bringing back our old friend Anthony, I decided to watch a couple videos of his. The first thing, that's more lighthearted. He says that there hasn't been an accurate Fantastic Four adaptation, be they animated or live action film, except for World's Greatest Hero.
Dude, right? Mm-hmm. World's Greatest Heroes is so good. I was about to say fantastic, and I was just like, no, don't do it. I'm going to be saying fantastic enough as it is.
Yeah, so there are a lot of parameters it's been a while since I actually can remember this video, but I do remember this specific parameter, like 2 specific parameters. 1, there must be adventures because they're explorers. There must be a strong family dynamic. I'm recalling from my memory here, so forgive me. And how a fun fact that I was about to bring about in the news segment that I decided that I would save it for here. You know who was in the running to play Doom in the Tim Story films?
I heard about this. Wasn't it Mads Mikkelsen?
No,
Mads Mikkelsen was in the running for Fan Forstic, actually. Never mind. It was
RDJ.
Oh, wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Full circle.
Yeah, it is a very full circle moment, but most of the video, like, it was a long, like, almost 2-hour long video, or maybe over 2-hour long video.
You know something funny? While we're talking about Fantastic Four adaptations, I just want to make a quick comment that I find it hilarious that, like, comic fans today are constantly complaining about race swaps, but we never complained in 2004 or 2003 when they whitewashed a Latina woman. Just saying. Jessica Alba is not white.
Oh yeah.
She's Hispanic.
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they turned the Hispanic woman white. Nobody cared.
That's crazy.
Now, granted, I was a child, so I had no idea this was happening. But now that I'm an adult and I've seen Jessica Alba and other stuff, and I'm like, Jessica Alba's Hispanic.
Yeah.
Like, and every other role she plays, she's a Hispanic lady. Wait a minute. Wait, she played Sue Storm, a white lady.
But here's the crazy
Chris
thing.
Evans was her brother.
I mean, to be fair, that's still more accurate than Fan Forstic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where
pointed out
was adopted.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
But the point I'm getting at here, Anthony tore the Tim Story films apart.
Listen, man.
I'm a new asshole.
Listen, man. I will talk about. I actually have a section for this, but I just want to say, maybe it's because I was a child. So I will account for my bad child taste and nostalgia. But the first one is not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. Especially when you look at early 2000s comic book movies. It's pretty fucking good.
Also, this is probably a teaser for later, but up until recently, it was the best Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
It simply was, but
no, the sequel. Well, no, I take that back. The sequel also still has some really great parts to it.
Yeah,
the sequel does.
And I really like. It wasn't always executed right, but I did love the casting of having Doug Jones as the physical surfer.
I will die on the hill that is one of the best Silver Surfer, like, Norrin Rad adaptations, like, still.
Yeah, because they had him as Doug Jones as the physical actor, and
because Lawrence Fishburne was the actual, like, voice. They really nail his fucking brooding philosophical nature in this. I still think Silver Surfer is great in that film. Galactus is shit, we all know that. The whole other plot with the switching of powers, silly, dumb. I get it. But Silver Surfer was great in that movie.
But it's going off of but the thing about it is, this was more from the perspective of Anthony's parameters of adaptation.
Oh, yeah. For that criteria, I totally get it. But like, I just get very defensive with Tim's story because like people shit on those so much, and I'm like, you guys are too harsh. Those movies.
Like, I'll give you an example. Anthony did not like the '90s animated Fantastic Four show.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, so. He didn't like the idea with the Malice storyline.
That one is actually very comic accurate.
It's more so because it's something that he himself doesn't like or appreciate.
Of the Malice story in general.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that was almost 1-to-1 direct adaptation. That's actually one of the best adaptations of that story. Although,
not to misrepresent Anthony or anything, I would highly suggest you check out that video for yourself to see his opinions right from his perspective. But all I'm saying is that he wasn't the biggest fan of the 90s show. He really, like, given the parameters he set, World's Greatest Heroes was the better Fantastic Four animated adaptation.
Honestly, yeah, no, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Honestly, the Malice episode is the only episode of the 90s show I will defend because it actually like gets the story. It adapts the story perfectly, but it doesn't have any of the prior context or setup that actually makes the story more impactful. If that makes sense.
Yeah, speaking to you, Jay, as a fan of the FF, I highly recommend you check this video out.
Oh, yeah. Drop me that link. Drop me that link whenever. I'll definitely watch it.
It's a long listen. But
I watch long videos at work all the time, so if you give me something to listen to at work, I'm totally down.
It led me down a rabbit hole that I did not expect, and I decided to learn more about an individual that Anthony talked about a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away?
No, this is an actual person who makes content.
Oh?
One of the internet's most infamous people that I did not know about until recently, like a few days ago.
Okay.
The
what?
Lily Orchard.
Oh, Lily Orchid? Oh, everybody fucking hates Lily Orchid.
I did not know.
They're a fucking rage baiter and a hate overall hate monger. Their Steven Universe video went viral.
Yeah. Oh, that person.
Yeah, Steven, that's how I know the Orchid, because I was in the Steven Universe fandom when Steven Universe Sucks and Here's Why came out.
Yeah, so Anthony was tearing apart because she posted a list of 101 tips on writing. And Jay, as someone who we're both individually trying to get our written works off the ground. And a lot of her opinions on writing are hot garbage.
I've listened to her videos. I already know her opinions on writing her garbage. I've listened to her takes and criticism.
Writing tips alone, because Anthony just tore those individual. She had some good. Some.
Oh, yeah, Broken Clock, man. Broken Clock. There's even shit in the Steven Universe video I agree with, but she's one of those figures, folks, and I've actually watched her content, so this isn't just me judging because I'm defensive of a fandom, because I agree Steven Universe has a lot of flaws. She comes off as just one of those people that wants to actively hate something. And
doing a deep dive on this individual's past in history, thanks to an expose video that I saw, was currently watching until the recording of this particular episode. I'll probably finish it by the time the folks at home see this episode. This person's a lot worse.
Oh yeah. Trust me. I went down this rabbit hole when this drama was coming out, was happening a few years ago, because of the beef with the Steven Universe fan. I wanted to know more about who this person was.
If it's TikTok drama,
it is not.
No.
Internet drama.
Yeah, it's internet drama.
If it's internet drama, then most likely Jay knows about it.
That's fair. I'm a messy bitch. I do. I follow a lot. I follow a lot of drama and expose channels.
Also,
I misspoke when I said TikTok.
No, you're fine. I got what you meant, Brian. But I do also follow TikTok drama, so you're not entirely wrong either.
Yeah, not entirely wrong. But, so, one of the things that annoys me, because that led to me looking up a video from a mutual Anthony's named Sai, which their content's hilarious. I like their content. She's great. Sai's great. Where she reacted to a video that Lily did on bitching about action fantasy animation for kids. And I'm like, okay. Like, Lily just hates action adventure stories.
Yeah.
Just hates.
She's straight. Yeah, she just doesn't like it. She just doesn't like it. And that's fine. It's okay. That's not for everybody. But, like, your disguise. That's the thing that I hate. Not to fucking hijack your shit. But, like, this particular person, like, fucking grinds my gears. So you kind of triggered something in me, but like the thing that I hate about her, and this kind of comes from a personal place, being as someone who has worked in critique for several years, and like to think that I give genuinely constructive criticism, and I'm not just hating to hate. And if I am just hating to hate, I will admit when I'm just hating to hate. She's one of those critics that is it's just so disingenuous, because you're disguising your just genuine dislike for something with actual criticism under the false pretense of criticism, instead of just saying, I don't personally like this kind of thing, right? Like, for example, if I say something like, I don't like will they won't they trope. I don't like the will they won't they trope at all, which is why I most of the time I don't like plot lines that involve this kind of thing. That's a genuine criticism that acknowledges that I don't like something. What she does is that she will give a long-winded ass monologue criticizing, when really you could have just summarized it in one sentence of, I don't like this thing.
Yeah, it's okay. Folks of the podcast and these two individuals know I'm a verbose, wordy motherfucker. And I can even say, like, bro, just get to the point already.
That's the shit that pisses me off about her so much, is because I'm just like, bitch, just say what you want to say. And I've yelled at Tony about this kind of thing too, so Tony knows this is a pet peeve of mine personally.
Yeah, I'm a master of... Yeah. I'm a master of weaving tales, so sometimes I like to talk to hear myself talk, but this just takes it to the park of absolute idiocy. I can't stand this person 100%. This individual just makes me angry on like a I wouldn't say to an irrational level, but it's more like on a word I'm looking for.
Personally, for me, it's a fundamental level for me. I'm full Kendrick Lamar with it. Hate the way that you walk, hate the way that you talk, hate the way that you dress. Fuck her. Fuck them. I don't know what pronouns they go by, but fuck them.
But Lily, and learning more about Lily's past and some of the things that they've done in said past.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, folks. That rabbit hole is deep. That rabbit hole is deep.
But just over the 101 writing tips, some of them are just the same.
Yeah, no, that's the shit that pissed me off about that whole video, is that she's repeating the same shit, but just reflavoring it as different words, and I hate when people repeat themselves. Yeah, granted, I do that a lot, but it's why I hate it when other people do it as well.
The best way that I can describe like her writing tips specifically for like representation of characters, just don't, when you're going to represent characters, be respectful, be tasteful. Don't be a dick about it. You could just make at least 5 different points into one singular point.
That's exactly what I mean. Oh my god. That's what I don't like about her, man. Like, you're just yapping to yap, and granted, we're on a podcast where we're notorious for yapping, but like that's kind of the point of the podcast in the first place. Like, this is what this medium is designed for.
And I wanted to pick your brain because I wasn't sure if you were aware of this, but as writers, just fundamentally as writers, I found a lot of her opinions on things just kind of terrible and just kind of like out of pocket. Like, here's the thing that, like romance-wise, she says that if you want to introduce a slow burn romance, you need to make your lead for like a 5 seasons. Have the romance conclude midway into that 5-season series, like in season 3. Have them get together so we can actually experience that relationship towards the end of the show.
So, like, that's not bad in theory because it has worked, and that's actually one of the ones I agree with. I'm
saying a lot of these writing tips
it's just kind of common sense. Yeah, just common sense consensus opinions more than tip. That's that's another thing that I just don't like about it.
Most, like a good percentage of those tips are also Twitter
opinions. Yeah. And Twitter buzz topics. Yes, exactly.
No, it's more like actual how to handle yourself online while talking to people on Twitter.
Oh my god.
And the one thing I can say is a lot of writing is played by ear, typically. In my experience as a writer.
Yeah.
I like to write stories where I get a feel for the kind of character interactions I want to have. I don't want to pigeonhole myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. And apparently, according to Lily, there's no such thing as writers who plan ahead.
Bullshit.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Bullshit.
It is
bullshit. Where's the mermaid group from Carol and Tuesday? Fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
It is fucking bullshit, but he's saying in this tip that all writers pull things out of their ass. There are no such thing as planning, and if they say they plan, they are a liar.
I mean, you can still plan and also pull out of your ass, though. Like, that's the thing, lady.
Because that is the thing, though, is you have to find a sweet spot in between.
Yeah, because you can plan and then have something organically happen. Yeah, because
we can also see one of the most infamous cases that I like to always bring
Chandler
up
and Monica.
Well, that's about how twisting can be good, but how sticking to your original plan can be bad.
Like GE.R.B.I.
Ted and Robin.
Oh yeah, Ted and Robin. They stuck to their guns and they fucked it all up.
Yeah. And GE.R.B.I. has said that a lot of his perspectives on how to write A Song of Ice and Fire has changed.
And honestly, the whole thing about writing in general is you should just move. What you're trying to do and what you should do as a writer is to move the story forward. A lot of what we get lost in as writers, I'm speaking for myself mostly, is we like to build worlds and we like to fucking fill with nonsense. I personally get lost in building all these elaborate backstories and bullshit. But nobody actually cares about the bullshit except for me. So one of the things that I've been learning personally is more so just kind of okay, what is necessary for the story? What does the audience need to know? And what is for me?
Right, yeah. And I agree with that. And some of the things is that since this, really, as a person, I kind of look into is just a very grudge-filled, resentful individual.
They're vindictive as fuck. I want to pivot out of this before I fucking flame on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting fucking pissed just talking about this.
All right, so
yeah, we're gonna move on to Brian now. Brian.
My piece.
No, you're cool. You're cool. But you can tell that I was legit about to fucking. Oh man, dude, I can't stand her.
Well, first of all, I do gotta admit, hadn't been listening to any new music lately.
Did you listen to that B.E.E.B album?
No.
Oh man, you got to.
I've listening to
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep, and also I downloaded on my iPhone Punk Rocker from Superman.
Oh, nice.
Which I didn't realize featured Iggy Pop.
Oh shit. Huh?
Which is funny because everyone was when it was first announced that James Gunn was going to be taking over Superman, everyone was like, "Oh my God, they're going to do Starman. He's going to have Starman." And James actually had to come out and said, "No, I'm not going to do Starman. It is overused for Superman." But hey, he still kept Iggy.
Yeah, fair.
But also beyond that, just update on things that I've been watching, Sort of Stupid, continuing to watch their Game of Thrones reactions, which is great. They've gone through the red wedding. They've gone through the purple wedding, which, as you know, was so satisfying to see that little fucker Joffrey die. That was great, and just it's cool to see to be reminded about how good Game of Thrones was initially, and like how far it fell. Also, Dany, like how much power she got and how big her army was at one point. And then also, most recently, they got to like where we basically get to Lord Baelish's plan, where he wants to wed Catelyn's aunt, but that's just so he can play the long game. And we all know eventually he wants to get with Sansa.
Sansa, Catelyn's.
Yep. If he can't have Catelyn, he'll have the next best thing.
Yeah. Which is gross as fuck.
Oh yeah, but that's Lord Baelish.
Yeah. He's a bit of a cringe king.
Yep. And then also, I forgot how much of a manipulator Marjorie Tyrell was.
I mean, that was one facet of her character, and she did play her role quite well.
Yep. And reminded me like how underrated Natalie Dormer is as an actress. Like I'm surprised she's not in more things and bigger things.
Oh, very talented actress. I want her in more stuff, man.
Yep. And I mean, she was the woman who took Cap's virginity.
I mean, yeah. Oh, we're never gonna forget about that, Marvel. We're never gonna forget about that.
That was one of the few good things that She-Hulk did. Was confirm that and Madison.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shows, man. Some shows actually do very well. Some shows that are actually hot garbage.
Oh yeah, indeed. Also, I finished Red Ranger Becomes an Adventure in Another Land, Another World, season 1. Oh my god, it ended on a high note. The Kizano Black reveal. I did not see that coming, but it makes sense given the whole theme of the show of revolving around emotion, that of course they were going to eventually talk about like the negative side of emotions and like eventually go into like all the trauma that this poor kid went through.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, all things considered. And one of the things that I find very fascinating, because from what my understanding is, they really plays with a lot of Sentai tropes. Because typically there hasn't been like a Red Ranger taking an evil form. To my memory, it's only happened one time that I know for a fact that it's the actual Ranger character that sounds being. And that was ToQger. Brain focused on imagination at its red, on an all color scheme because he fell into despair for a.
That makes sense. But
and
yeah,
actually interesting about ToQger that I really like is the villain dynamic between Zed. Yes, his name was Zed, who is the king of the Dark Line.
That's interesting. But yeah, and it led to a very boss line when he was like, "If I go too far, you may have to kill me." And it's like, what the fuck? This bright, like, hopeful, me-ass character is now saying this dark shit. You're like, what the fuck is gonna happen?
It's a good twist. Red is a much more complicated character than he seems.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites of last season for sure.
I won't say anything, but Kizano Silver. Oh, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Didn't see that one coming too. But friendship in the end, and I'm glad that the Kamen Rider-esque character is gonna be like a mainstay and sticking around and part of the team. That's really cool. And hopefully we'll get into like the origins of her power and who it was who initially like had those powers and brought them to this world.
Yeah, right.
And also the Zord reveal at the end, which is like something that I didn't think about but makes total sense.
Yep.
Like, of course the others would be wondering, where the fuck did our Zords go? But yeah, so that was really good. Also, I didn't get as far as I wanted to. It was only one episode, but I did watch one more episode of Peacemaker. Watched the first 3 now.
Is that the is that the podcast where you were talking about where they go for the monsters and they do the one shot, or that's something else?
No, Peacemaker.
Oh, I thought you said Beastmaker for some reason.
No.
And that made me think of the D&D monster thing. No. I thought my bad. I don't know what, for some reason I heard Beastmaker.
No, Peacemaker. I've seen now the first 3 episodes.
Oh, nice.
Kinda hated how they handled Judo Master.
So you finally got to see Vigilante in full action.
Yup. Kind of hated how they handled Judo Master.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
But nice to see that one guy get a win, finally, even though it was very brutal. And then also got a hint to what Project Butterfly is, which, what the fuck?
Oh, you ain't seen what the fuck.
Yeah.
You're only 3 episodes in, you ain't seen what the fuck.
Yeah, this episode was the one where they had to go investigate the family, where they thought it was just the dad, but nope. And we do see like how the events of the Suicide Squad have really affected Christopher.
Oh yeah, I mean, Rick Flag was a hero.
Yep, and had some pretty harsh last words.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Also, we got to see the scene of just Peacemaker and Vigilante blowing shit up.
Their friendship reminds me of like Will Ferrell and Homie in Step Brothers.
Oh yeah. And Guns said that whole appliance scene was ripped from his childhood.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, that's basically it for me.
Okay, cool. So our next segment before we transition into our main discussion is, of course, Trailer Talk. Trailer Talk is a segment of the podcast where the boys and I react to a section of trailers, and this one is, of course, Comic-Con edition, because Comic-Con has happened recently, as of the recording of this podcast, at least. So Brian has put together 6, count them, 6 brand new trailers as of the recording of this podcast. So you can take some time, pause the video, not before you leave a like, of course, and do all the YouTube things, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, you know the drill by now. And then you can check the description down below, check out that playlist for yourself, and then via the magic of editing, once you hit that play button, we will return with our thoughts on these lovely trailers. But until then, please enjoy this word from our non-existent sponsors. And we're back. Alright, Comic-Con did not disappoint. Holy shit. Great fucking trailers. Honestly, best trailers we've had in a couple episodes, to be honest. There weren't any duds. At least I don't think there were any duds. I don't know how you guys feel.
Yeah,
I didn't think there were any duds.
Nope. And remember what I said about Star Trek?
Yeah.
It's only things that would interest us. Like, we're still interested in the franchise. It's just
the actual main storyline has gotten very confusing with all the shows and like Picard and all that stuff. So yeah, Picard, Discovery, and all that shit. But I guess, I mean, even though it's not in order, we can since we're already talking about it, let's go ahead and address it. Starfleet Academy looks very promising.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I'm interested in My Space Hero Academia.
Yep, and that's why I included it, because it's a school thing, and we all know, we all have an affinity for school stuff.
That is honestly one of my favorite fun settings.
Yeah.
But I also really like the makeup effects for a lot of the aliens. Like,
yeah.
Like you could tell a lot of it isn't just CG, which I appreciate. Honestly, it gave me a lot of vibes of something like the Orville, which some people might scoff at, but I honestly really liked the Orville. I was very upset that Hulu didn't decide to renew it. Cowards. The one Seth MacFarlane show that I actually really like consistently.
Apparently it's still in limbo.
Oh, is it really? You know what? I'm also hold out hope somewhere. But yeah.
And I like the fact that they're including a Cleon student.
Yeah, right? Hopefully he doesn't just get Worfed.
Oh man. Nobody wants to get Worfed.
Fair enough.
Well, it depends. When you say Worfed, do you mean
no? When I say Worf, I mean the Worf effect. Like, you know, where that trope spawned from. You know how like the trope of everybody has like to prove that the bad guy is tough shit. They beat up the Klingon. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's like in comic book terms in the Justice League cartoon, to show the bad guy's a real threat, they beat up Superman.
Yeah.
That's called the war. That's called the Worf effect. Is what the actual trope is called. Or like I guess the other in anime terms, like you know Goku, like Goku getting his ass beat.
Yep.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
Other stuff.
Looks messy,
Fucking.
which is always.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the one. I would say that's the one thing that you could always count on with fucking school shows is that there's gonna be fucking drama and bullshit. I'm here for drama and bullshit, as my screen time can tell you, because I was like mostly focused on drama and bullshit.
But
I'm right there with you, Jay. I like my mess too.
Fair enough.
But actually, speaking of drama bullshit with young adults, I think that's the perfect segue to talk about probably the biggest trailer for Jay.
Oh man, I'm so excited for Percy Jackson season 2.
Let's go.
I was getting a little antsy because the entire trailer I was like, all right, this is cool. I like seeing all this, but where's my boy? Where's my guy? Where is my little brother? We got to see Tyson in all his one-eyed glory. I love Tyson. He is the best. Also, it was cool seeing Tantalus as well. Tantalus is gonna. He actually doesn't play that much of a role in here. He's kind of an annoying antagonist in the beginning and kind of just fades into the background a little bit. But Tantalus is cool. If you know his myth, you know his whole deal, and they play with that joke a lot of like just him getting trolled because he keeps trying to get the food and the food just scurries away. For those of you who aren't Greek mythology nerds, Tantalus he committed a grievous sin, which was of course causing the gods to commit. Well, it's not cannibalism for them, I guess. It's not
It's basically he did the biggest faux pas in ancient Greek myths.
He broke
hospitality.
Yeah, he broke guest right, to use Game of Thrones terms.
Yep.
Which, funny enough, the whole the entire story of H.E.R.B.I.E is based off of the myth of Tantalus. And you know, since that's a more ubiquitous pop culture reference at this point, I'm sure you guys already know how that goes. But yeah. So Tantalus is cursed after causing that faux pas to be hungry forever, and food will forever be out of his reach.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah,
because hospitality is always going to be a thing, no matter what area you're in,
no matter what
part of the world.
I would say, no matter what culture you're in. Period. But the Greeks took it real serious.
So did the Norse. Did the Norse, and Celtic cultures have really taken hospitality and guest rights to an extreme degree. The Scots and the Irish, might I add, were huge in guest rights.
True. But yeah, it's so good to see to see the kids in action again, and like how much they've aged, and the fact that thankfully, since like they are filming pretty close together, it doesn't look like they got beat with the age stick like the Stranger Things kids.
No, but they did hit puberty, which changes a lot of things.
I mean, but it honestly, like, not to sound weird, this is gonna sound weird saying it out loud, but I think it's the right time for them to hit puberty, considering the point in the story that they're at.
True.
Because like not to spoil all that much, but I mean, this book series is over a decade old. The second book is really where Percy first starts to like kind of explore his crush on Annabeth, which was shown in the trailer, obviously.
Yeah, which, by the way, got a hint at the oracles.
Well, the Fates.
I mean, not the oracles.
Yeah, the Fates.
The Fates.
One of the, like, you want to talk crazy taxi, you take that fucking taxi. So the whole thing that makes it so fucking wild is that they're driving this taxi while all fighting over their shared eyeball.
Yep.
So like the ride wild as fuck.
And one of them is Maple Pines.
Well, I mean, obviously they don't let Jesus take the wheel because it's the Greek pantheon, but they do the equivalent of letting Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I am beyond excited. The first season blew my expectations away. Now, granted, my bar was in hell thanks to the movies, or Tartarus to be more accurate. But like, still, they did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see how they did this. Fun fact: I think I've mentioned this before, but the Sea of Monsters is actually the book in the series that I skipped on accident. And I only read it.
You've mentioned that.
I only read it like 2-3 years ago. Maybe even no, it was 2 years ago because I mentioned it on the screen time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I listened to it in audiobook form like 2 years ago when I went through and like listened to the entire original series. And I was like, oh, this is actually my first time reading. And the reason for it was because me and my younger brother were reading it at the same time, and he refused to let me read it first because he didn't want me spoiling shit, and he just never gave me the book. So I got tired of waiting, and I just skipped to the third one.
He's like, joke's on you. While you're reading the second one, I'll spoil the third one.
Exactly. Take that, Josh. You dick.
But yeah, from talking about the Greeks to talking about the Aztec Batman, Clash of Empires. I'm
excited as fuck for this.
It's gonna be cool.
I've read that Elseworld story. It's fun as shit. And the animation looks dope. It reminds me of the Tomorrowverse, so I like that the Tomorrowverse is kind of not dead in a way. It's a very similar animation style that I like, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm very, very intrigued how they want to tell this story. Oh, I'm ready.
Oh yeah,
I am ready.
It's good. It looks it looks fucking awesome. I can't wait.
It does,
like
for sure.
I'm definitely gonna rent that as soon as it comes to digital, and then we'll have our usual like fucking homie watch party type shit like we did for the Crisis movies and stuff.
Unless something else bigger happens, might cover it for screen time.
100%. Or for the podcast.
Do it for screen time.
But
might do it for
a full podcast episode if the schedule is free enough. Yeah, I got what you meant.
But before we actually completely, but let's actually talk about the plot of this little story. So essentially, it's just basically, what if Batman was in a Mesoamerican civilization? It was visited by the conquistadors.
Not just any conquistador, like the conquistador, Hernan Cortez, the famous conquistador who, is famous for, subjugating the Aztecs.
Yep. And becoming Two-Face in this story, which is interesting.
It's a cool ass twist. I'm glad I was able to keep my fucking mouth shut and not ruin that. But I immediately talked about the Catwoman one because that's one of my favorite twists. She is a priestess of the Jaguar god.
Yep, that's Calico, the god of the night, and Jaguar.
Yep,
and mirrors.
Yep.
But she's awesome. And we also got a hint at Joker.
Yep. A Joker. We also saw Poison Ivy as well. A lot of cool interpretations we have coming up for this one.
And plus, I find the design of the bat suit for this particular Batman to be very interesting. It's a blend of his native culture and a bit of armor he picked from conquistadors.
And the interesting thing about this, is if you ever have read Batman R.I.P. When Bruce is or not, it's not Batman R.I.P. It's the Return of Bruce Wayne. When Batman is traversing through time after he got sent back in time via the Omega Beam, he actually wears like a not this exact armor, but kind of like a kind of version of this as well. And that's what gets him noticed by Barbatos. But I doubt Barbatos is actually gonna show up in this because this is an Elseworld story. But still, pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Indeed. Now, going from something that Jay knows the source material for something that I think Tony knows the source
Oh
material.
yeah. I was saying Tony's listened to Tony's a critter as well. You're further than him.
Mighty Nine.
These lovable idiots.
I'm excited. I already like their chemistry just from what I hear as the filthy casual of this trio here.
Basically, what happened is, and they've admitted this they went like full typical fantasy, not completely understanding D&D and everything when they first started with campaign 1 to being like, all right, let's let the reins loose and play these like practically villains. At the beginning.
I was definitely getting like Guardians of the James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy type vibes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are very big mischief characters.
Oh yeah. And especially Laura's character.
Yes.
The blue tiefling.
The tiefling that seems like the me character. That seems like the me character.
No, you're the purple tiefling.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yep.
Because she's more chaotic. He's more like charismatic. Will talk you out of your money type character.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And this character is full of absurd nonsense because she's a cleric to the Traveler who incites madness.
Nice.
But yeah, it's, and my favorite out of that group right there is Travis's character, the half-orc.
Oh, okay. So quick question. Not saying that I'm going to like stall on Vox forever, but in case I don't get around to the next season of Vox, can I still watch this without having seen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can.
Cool.
It's only until campaign 3 where they start like pulling
they share the
It's the same set. It's the same setting, but a different group of adventurers.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
just different point of view characters. Think of it as like we're comic nerds, Jay. It's basically the same thing.
It's just a different team. Got it.
Yeah, like whatchamacallit, we've probably mentioned this before when we did the episode on it, but even in Vox, now that they have like established like stuff for the world, they've been giving clues to like the world as a whole in Vox that don't even come up until like Mighty Nine or Bell's House. But yeah, and also one other thing is there's reason why story-wise, but they did not show Ashley's character in that clip.
Okay. Interesting.
Ashley's character is like, I'm gonna show you it, but first, little description.
All right.
It's what happens when you mix a goth chick with a dommy mommy.
Oh, she looks like she's a fucking she looks fucking Eric from The Crow.
She's a fallen Azamar.
Yep.
So still Eric from The Crow.
Basically,
yeah.
But yeah, she's the barbarian of the team.
Nice.
But yeah, and also you saw how chaotic Sam's character is.
Oh yeah.
The little goblin girl.
Yeah, it's just still it's very much Sam's energy. I can feel that.
Yep.
I still find it hilarious that he voices the Coco.
But yeah, moving on, because Tony, I could go about it all the time.
Yeah.
But to more wholesome Pokemon Concierge.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I brought up the Coco, was to try and transition. Yep. Oh man, I'm so excited, so excited. It looks so sweet, so wholesome, so adorable, and thank you, Psyduck, for stopping those damn degenerates. This is a children's program, ma'am, sir. Ungloved hand holding on this premises. How dare you?
Yeah. Cringe. Don't do it. It's terrible.
They didn't even up the rating to fucking PG-13 for that. Oh, what are the children? Think of the children.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, It looks adorable.
We're excited for it. They already saw the trailer thanks to the Pokemon Direct. I thought it would be something new, but I guess it's just the Pokemon.
The Pokemon, I'd say the Pokemon presents, gets to present it first because obviously it's their big event, and then they put it on Netflix officially later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see some of these new Mon. I already know that fucking Walrein, it wasn't a Walrein, it was a fucking Spiel. That fucking Spiel story is gonna make me cry, I can tell. I don't know what's the story behind that round boy, but I'm gonna cry. I can feel it.
Oh yeah, indeed. And the Arcanine.
Yeah. Also, they're introducing Mess with Haru's ex showing up, so that's gonna be fun.
Yep, I'm sorry, I was just vanished off the face of the earth for a moment there.
No problem.
No, you're good. I also like that they're continuing to play it up by like having certain Pokemon that it makes sense, give them different textures, like the texture for Garbodor.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so this is another one of those ones. Like I always have an internal debate over it. So is it Garbodor or is it Garbodor? Because the portmanteau is garbage and odor. So I was like, is it Garbodor or is it Garbodor?
I think it'd be Garbodor.
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't trying to be like a correct thing. This is just an internal debate that I've always had. Yeah, no, this was just an internal debate I've always had, and Pokemon names are one of those things where like you rarely hear them said out loud, so you go with your head canon until you get confirmation from other people.
Yeah, I hear you. It's not a Kara situation.
Yeah.
We're just trying to figure out what is like the correct way of saying it, because I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard both.
Garbodor. Yeah. But I think phonetically, Garbodor makes sense.
Yeah, because of the portmanteau.
Also...
I always try to go by portmanteau rules with Pokemon names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, we're excited. We're probably gonna cover it for the show.
No, probably. We're gonna cover it for the show.
Real do, man. It's a real do.
Yeah, no, probably. Okay. I don't care what the fuck is coming out. We're covering Pokemon Concierge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, indeed. But last but not least, Invincible versus the video.
This is more for me. I'm the fighting game head among the three, and finally they show my main. Cause I was like, okay, everybody else looks pretty cool, but where's my fast Unga Bunga person? There we go. We got him. Battle Beast. My guy.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Also, I just find it hilarious that Battle Beast is voiced by the guy who did I Am Weasel, and that will never leave my head. If you're too young to know what I Am Weasel is, you shouldn't be watching this podcast.
I Am Weasel is a blast from the past.
And I.R. Baboon, that band, that absolute legend.
Absolute legend. Classics.
But yeah, this game looks interesting. So far, 8 characters have been announced.
Yep.
Of course, you gotta have Invincible and Omni-Man.
Yep.
But then Admi, Explode.
A few of the Viltrumites,
Lucan, Thuma, and Omni-Man.
Yep.
And then Bulletproof.
Yep, and I'm personally glad that he was getting his ass beat in that trailer for spoiler reasons. I won't spoil for show-only people.
The last one was Battle Beast, which the star of this.
Yep.
But
which makes sense because his miniseries is going on right now, which kicks so much ass. It's very simple. Yeah. It literally is just Battle Beast killing everybody, but I mean, it's a Battle Beast series. You weren't gonna expect anything else.
Yeah.
But like, I'm here for it regardless.
I tell you who might be my lead if they include him. Alan.
Oh, Alan is guaranteed. Alan is guaranteed. There's no way they're not putting Alan in. If they don't put Alan in the base roster, he's definitely gonna be DLC.
Oh, indeed.
Especially with how significant he is to the current plot, like the show that the show's going on to right now, because we're transitioning into the Viltrumite War. They'd be dumb not to include Alan into the base roster. And I think we saw Alan in the story trailer at the very least.
Oh,
so we know he's in it. I don't know if I don't think he's had an official announcement trailer, but I know he's in it.
That's cool. But yeah, that's it for trailers.
Yep. Again, like I said, really solid. No sleepers or just it was okay, I guess. Everything there was pretty awesome, fucking gas. Yep. I'm really hyped, but I am nowhere near as hyped as I am now that I finally get to talk about this movie. And this is a very interesting perspective because usually I tend to see these earlier because I usually am able to get out earlier to see films and shit. But this time I'm the most fresh from the theater by comparison, and these guys have actually gotten to marinate with their thoughts for a little bit longer. But also, I'm the biggest FF fan, so. But
also, in a bit of I think it's a first, or at least it hasn't happened more than say 3 times.
Yeah, no Doofenshmirtz numbers here.
We're actually recording this the weekend of its premiere. So when Jay says that we've got more time to marinate on it, he means a day.
A day, yeah. Whereas I've only had a couple hours. But again, I'm probably I think I can comfortably say I'm the biggest FF fan among this trio. Man, I will put a disclaimer out that this might be a lot of these thoughts may be subject to change. Recency bias is a thing, and I will acknowledge that. But as a fan, I've got to say, well, first off, I want to start off by saying, just to talk to my fellow comic nerds out there, can we not do the DC versus Marvel thing in the comments, please? If you guys do decide to comment, I don't want to see this kind of discourse here. We're all nerds. We all love this medium. I don't want to see any Superman was better, Fantastic Four was better. As far as I'm concerned, they're on the same level in terms of quality. And also,
they're 2 completely different beasts.
It's apples and oranges. But the thing that they have in common, and Tony said this to us when he first saw it, because Tony was the first one to see it, because he saw it on the on opening day on the Friday, and he said that both movies were different, but they both felt like a comic book brought to life.
Oh yeah.
And again, as someone who has been reading FF comics literally since they were 4 years old, because the thing is, right, here's the thing, my main source of reading comics as a kid was from my uncle, I had 2 uncles really, and the thing about them was that because they lived in the same house, my grandma wouldn't let them buy the same titles, so one would get the Marvel stuff and one would get the DC stuff, and they would trade. Now, my uncle who is a DC fan was much more anal about it, in terms of having a little child touch his stuff. So I didn't get to read a lot of DC stuff until I was older and more aware to not fuck up books. But the Marvel stuff, my uncle who read the Marvel books, he didn't really care. So I dove into Marvel very early as a kid. And Fantastic Four was the thing that he had the biggest collection of. It was fantastic for him. It was his favorite stuff was Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and the X-Men, which are which have always been the big pillars for me. I was never an Avengers kid because to me and to anyone that's actually read comics, the Avengers have sucked for a very long time.
Yep.
The actual premier teams of the Marvel Universe are the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. My love for the Four runs deep, especially considering that one of the first comics I ever got to like read on my own, like as a little elementary schooler, was a one of those Human Torch Spider-Man comics. Because I was like, oh, I love Johnny. I love Spider-Man. I want this one. I don't know how to read yet, but I'm gonna look at the pretty pictures and then I'm gonna have somebody read it to me. That's, you know, because that's just how it goes when you're 4. But also, because honestly, the fact that I got into comics so early was the reason I loved to read in the first place. So, you know, parents fucking do this kind of shit. That's how you get your kids to read. Make it fun.
Yeah.
Just want to put that little educational PSA out there.
I mentioned this to you guys. Don't know if I've mentioned it on the pod, but my first ever like superhero comic was New Avengers Power Pack Team Up. Because I was like, because honestly, legit, the reason why I picked it up was because it's like, I like Spider-Man, and the team is teaming up with kids like me. Nice.
The Power Pack is another one that is pretty close to my heart as well, because that was one that my uncle picked up for me because it was the kids book at the time in the 90s.
Yeah.
That horse alien is super weird, but yeah. Man, you guys, like this. So we touched on it a little bit. And so I want to bring it up. This is kind of the first part of the spoiler-free section. I genuinely have a huge soft spot for the Tim Story Fantastic Four films. Like, they're not good. I will never in any universe say that the Fantastic Four Tim Story films are good movies, but as a child, it was all I had. And so, like, I have this, like, rose-tinted glasses nostalgia spot for the Tim Story movies.
Also, I think that the actors did their best with what they were given.
Yeah, I honestly think a lot of them were very well cast. Jessica Alba was the it girl at the time, so it made perfect sense. I think Ian, last name I can't pronounce, I'm never going to try that ever again, but he was also in that show forever.
Which, by the way, funnily enough, he came to the premiere for First Steps.
Oh, nice.
With his wife, who was visibly pregnant.
Nice. Congratulations.
But yet another Reed.
Yeah. Listen, he's got strong. Reed has strong swimmers in every universe. That's why the maker's so sad, because he's the only one that's just sad and lonely.
Oh yeah, indeed.
But anyways, yeah. So I have a soft spot for the Tim Story films, and honestly, like, Michael Chiklis's Thing is still, honestly, one of my absolute favorite interpretations of the Thing. Like, like, you know, there are very few characters I think are, like, damn near perfect, like, in those Tim Story films, because those Tim Story films are flawed as fuck. And I mean, the humor is very early 2000s. It's a product of its time for real. They are terrible movies when you look at it objectively.
I mean, case in point, all the things they do to Sue.
My God, they butcher Sue's character so bad. They're bad movies, you guys. I'm not gonna try and fucking play White Knight for Tim Story Fantastic Four, but Michael Chiklis's Thing is the one bright spot where I'm like, yeah, they got this right. This and the Silver Surfer are the two things I will say Tim Story's Fantastic Four did correctly. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to fuck up the Thing, which is why, like, Fan 4 Stick is a monumental achievement in that regard. But, like, you know, Michael Chiklis's Thing is amazing. I mean, I still remember as a kid seeing that scene of his fiance returning the ring, and me as, like, I think it was 2003, so I was like 7 or 8, and I remember me being like, what a jerk. Like, I was so invested in this thing, and you know, obviously, you know, having read the like the Fantastic Four for so long as a kid, I already knew that, like, the Thing's whole thing was he's sad in the rain in the trench coat, and I'm like, yep, they did the Thing. Okay, cool. Like, it was very.
And then they brought in Alicia Masters.
Yep, very easy to please.
Which, by the way, I keep forgetting that is pre-fame Kerry Washington.
Right? Yeah, that's a mind blower, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like honestly, I have a lot of love for those movies. Hell, I actually really like the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. I hadn't seen it until maybe like 10 years ago, but like from what I've seen of it and watching the documentary about like the making of it and how passionate that actual team was for the limited time they had in terms of the timeline to make this movie, that movie's great. It actually has one of the best Doctor Doom performances. The worst part, the only thing is, the equipment was so bad you couldn't really hear the man, unfortunately. But he was great. Like when you actually see his like auditions and stuff, he could have been a great fucking Doom. But so yeah,
that movie could have been great.
Oh yeah, and I mean Roger Corman is a fucking legend in terms of practical effects. So, like, you know, on paper, again, match made in heaven, but they just did not have the budget at the time. But this, so, like, the thing with Fantastic Four that I think is awesome, to kind of speak spoiler-free wise, is that, like, and I think Thunderbolts had this in common, too, in terms of, you know, it being also another recent MCU success, I think we all can agree on, is that, like, Fantastic Four... The problem with MCU movies prior to Thunderbolts, I feel at least, is they focused way too much on the spectacle. You know what I mean? Like they were so focused on like the big plot drops and the world building because they already did their job and got everybody invested. So they thought, okay, so all the people really want are the cameos and all the big nerdy lore, dick on the table type shit. And so And because they focused so hard on that, everything started to feel hollow. But with stuff like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, like it's like there is no shortage of spectacle. I mean, we saw that with Thunderbolts and like Sentry's whole like Void Shadow fiasco, and of course the big man in Fantastic Four. He's in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. But you know, the big guy.
Also, I think. I'm not going to knock the MCU because I love the MCU as a whole, but I do think that one thing that this film has going for it is you literally have to do no research if you don't want to.
100%. And I, you know, again, not to compare stuff from across the aisle because again, totally different movies, but I think this is I'm glad to see that this seems to be a trend with like more modern superhero movies that they don't treat the audience like they're dumb. And I don't mean that they make the plot simple or whatever. I mean that like you can just throw people in to the world and let them figure it out instead of just being like, all right, so here's everything that happened. You know, Superman did that with their opening, and I think Fantastic Four did a great job with their opening as well.
Their opening reminds me a bit of, if you remember The Amazing Spider-Man, where it's like, you know the origin, so we're just going to do this quick little montage, but we're not going to focus on it.
Now I do understand some people's criticisms of the fact that, like, they feel like a lot got cut out because there is a bit of a feeling of, there's an entire entire other movie within this movie. Because like that feeling definitely does exist. I don't think it was like to the point where it was personally a detriment for me, but I also am a hardcore fan, so like it's not gonna bother me. I know all this. So, but I get it from the casual. But what I mean is, like, I totally get it from a casual audience perspective. Of like, they're like, all right, like, unlike Superman, right, where like Superman was very quick and snappy. What they showed with Fantastic Four was like basically a whole other movie. You know what I mean? Where they took on the Mole Man, they took on the Mad Thinker.
Oh yeah, where they like hinted at things.
Yeah. What it reminded me of, honestly, and it's similar because this movie was Disney's pastiche of the Fantastic Four. It reminds me of The Incredibles.
Oh yeah.
You know how
basically showed everyone doing what they're great at, like gave an overall backstory in the backdrop,
Yep.
And didn't make it the forefront.
Yep.
The actual plot of the film was the forefront.
Yeah, but from a casual fan perspective, I totally get the fans being like, "Oh shit, man, I kind of want to see that movie where you fight the Mole Man and the Mad Maker and shit. That's a lot of stuff that we just missed. We're just gonna gloss over in 12 seconds."
Also, in a similar event, one of my things that I first said when I came out of this was that it's a comic book fan movie, and part of it is because of that, but also part of it is because that Tony mentioned it before with the one guy's videos, is one of the pillars of the Fantastic Four is adventure and coming with science and sci-fi. There was openly a moment where I heard someone, I think it was an older person, snoring in the theater. But the thing is I get it. Because
like, unlike Superman, like, this opening didn't like hit the ground running in the same way. It wasn't as kinetic. Again, I don't want to keep bringing this up, but I also saw these back to back, so it's more fresh in my mind.
Yeah, and so the thing that I was talking about was like when things get more quiet while they're in space.
Yeah. And
like it gets more science-y. That's the part where I heard the snoring.
Oh yeah,
because it gets really quiet at one point.
And that's another thing, right? I feel like this movie captures everything that makes the FF amazing. The thing that, because it's something that I don't think people understand if you're not a comic nerd, and that I think this movie made very evident. Like, you can't have Marvel Comics without the Fantastic Four. Like, I've talked about this previously, like in Screen Time and stuff, where I like briefly talk about comics that I've read that have like really kind of caught my interest that I haven't like gotten a chance to talk about on comic cases and stuff. The reason I'm such a huge Marvel cosmic head is because of the Fantastic Four, because most of the space exploration stuff comes from them, and like it's one of those things. Like, the Fantastic Four opened so many doors for the entirety of the Marvel universe. Like, most people don't know, like, a good 40% of Marvel universe characters make their first appearance in an issue of Fantastic Four. I like to as a little like side anecdote. So for superhero movies, I like to kind of plan an outfit on theme, right? Like, and I have a thing of like collecting superhero hats and stuff. I did not have a Fantastic Four hat, unfortunately, but I had a like baby blue polo shirt that was like Fantastic Four blue, but I had a Black Panther hat. And I was like, you know what? It counts. He first appeared in an issue of Fantastic Four. I'm taking it.
Hell, arguably the Marvel character, Spider-Man.
Yep.
Started in Fantastic Four.
Technically, no. He started in Amazing Fantasy, but the Fantastic Four did make a cameo in the first issue of The Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, they're tied together at least.
No, I didn't mean to actually you, but it's a common misconception that I wanted to make sure people did not misunderstand. But yeah, Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four are intrinsically linked, which is what I'm even more excited for. But we'll talk about that in speculation station. There's just so much about this movie I love. Just to use the Tim Story movies as a point of comparison, because they're the best Fantastic Four movies that we've got up until this point by default. The biggest issue with the Tim Story movies is, no matter how good the actors are, the characters are very hollow,
which is true,
and they're very much like just kind of generic family archetype. And sure, if you read the Fantastic Four on a surface level, they are that, right? But each member of the four has so much more depth to them, and this movie explores the depth of all the four. And I will say, without spoiling, my favorite character, my favorite member of the Fantastic Four has always been Johnny Storm. I've always joked he's my spirit animal. That's my guy. He's been a role model of mine for a very long time. And this movie gets him. Chris Evans, I love you. I will always love you. You are Steve Rogers to me. But yeah. Joseph Quinn is Jonathan Franklin Storm.
Yeah. Which I will admit, talking in vagaries because of non-spoilers. Watching the trailer, you knew like what Reed and Sue's story was going to be.
Yeah.
If you follow like casting news and such like that, you had a speculation of what Ben's story was going to be. But we had no.
They kept Johnny's story so well hidden, and also I just want to say again, speaking in non-spoiler terms, they could have just so easily gone into, because like, you know, if you're just a casual comic fan, you see Johnny as Sue's vapid, vain, idiot brother, because that's kind of your baseline characterization of Johnny Storm that is consistent through every version of Johnny Storm, right? He's your fuck boy. He's the party boy, the arrogant, cocky playboy motherfucker. You know, duh. Like, you know, like the powers are a totally unsubtle metaphor for each character's personality. But Johnny is so much more than this, and this movie gets it.
We've talked before, like I think even on Pod.
Oh yeah.
About the common misconceptions about Johnny Storm.
Yeah, like, you know, again, I won't get into plot details, but this is something I've mentioned on Pod several times when I've gone on to talk about Johnny. Johnny is not dumb. Johnny is just smart in a particular area of things. He's not a scientist. He is a mechanical genius. He built cars from scratch at the age of 15. He helped Reed Richards build the spaceship. Yeah, Reed did a lot of the heavy lifting because he's the adult, but Johnny helped build the spaceship. Reed wasn't just gonna let Sue's kid brother on this fucking, you know, wild space expedition if he was just some kid.
Yeah, like he says in the beginning of this movie that he gathered the smartest people in the world.
They just so happened to be my best friend, my wife, and my brother-in-law. Yeah. And also this and also this movie did something that I really wished the Tim Story movies had done, that I really feel like was a huge missed opportunity, and honestly the comics missed out on this a lot too. There are very few runs that actually touch on this, but the thing is, right, if you don't know Johnny and Sue's backstory, their father was not involved in their life because he went to prison for armed robbery and was in prison for most of their life. So when Reed and Sue got together, not only did Johnny see Reed as an older brother, but he was very much a father figure as well. And, you know, part of one of the reasons Johnny was so gung-ho about being a team with them was to kind of like get Reed's approval, because he wanted his big brother / father figure to acknowledge him. And that's kind of why he takes pride in being who he is, because he's like, I can stand shoulder to shoulder with Reed. Like, Reed is proud of me. And this movie shows that, like, the relationship between Johnny and Reed is so underrated, but it's very, very important.
You can see a glimpse of that in the trailer. Like when he's like,
you're in over your depth. Yep, you're gonna be the best dad. I'm just kidding. You're out of your depth. But we're gonna be the best uncles ever. That was the line, and I said this when we reacted to the trailer. That was the line where I was like, all right, that's Johnny.
Yep.
So I have this structured as a character by character. But honestly, I could do a solo pod on this movie on my own, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the fuck up and pass the mic to y'all to give your spoiler-free thoughts before we go into the full, like, spoiler, fully structured review portion. So we'll start with Brian, and then we'll pass it to Tony.
Like, yeah, I completely agree with everything you've said so far. Like, the pillars of the Fantastic Four are adventure, family, science, and this captures
and,
all of them.
And I would say the fourth one that I just want to emphasize that is definitely a like, again, not to bring up Superman again, but they just so happen to share this a thematic through line. Human triumph is always a bit. Human triumph and ingenuity is always a big thing with the Fantastic Four.
Yes, and all four of those pillars are shown in this movie, and it's great. And there are a bunch of nods to the comics, like with like what they're talking about. And
there is a shot that is beat for beat.
Yes, a comic cover.
Not just a comic cover. It's a famous panel from the comics, and Corey can attest. I wish he was here, but Corey was next to me when I saw this, and I legit shed a tear and was like, "Oh my god, they did the scene!"
Oh, I was talking about something else, but
I'll talk about what scene it is, because like it's very obscure. It's not even like a big one, but it's a very small scene. That's honestly one of my personal favorites from the Coming of Galactus saga.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. There's like a legit comic book cover.
Oh yeah,
that we get to see in live action.
100%, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was in the trailer. It's the cover to Fantastic Four issue #1. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they straight up do that. They straight up show that in the little intro montage. Yeah.
And just like the little nods here and there, like the Stan Lee nod, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Call their spaceship Excelsior.
Well, actually, so that's not just a Stan Lee nod. That is actually what the spaceship is named.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's what it was called in FF #1.
That's where the term comes from.
I didn't realize that.
No, it's cool.
But yeah, this film is great. I think that it's like really, really good if you are a comic book fan.
Listen,
but I think it can still be really good if you are.
It's good if you're a casual, but like this, even more so than Superman, I think this is a comic book fan's movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah,
I actually went to my comic shop directly after this, and like, you know, once I got to the counter, the first thing I said is, "We just got out of Fantastic Four," and you know, the guy that works the shop, he knows my pull list. He knows that I get all the FF stuff. He goes, "So, what do you think?" And I was like, "I loved it." He goes, "Oh, if you liked it, then I know it's a good Fantastic Four movie, because you're very picky about your FF stuff." Which, by the way, speaking of plugging comic books real quick, if you happen to be a comic book fan, I totally think it's worth investing in, if your local comic shop has it, to pick up the Fantastic Four First Steps one shot. I did not even ask for this. Shout out to the homies at my shop for just putting it in my pile because they knew I would want it. they just kind of snuck it in there, and I didn't notice it until I actually like went through. I was like, "Why is my fucking pull more expensive this week?" And I was like, "Wait, I didn't order this. Oh fuck it, I'll read it." And it's so worth it. The cool thing about it is it's the origin of the FF that you see in that one shot. It's even framed like that TV special. But the other cool thing is like the back matter of the book, because it actually is like structured like an old 60s magazine. There's like a form to fill out to join the Johnny Storm fan club. There are interviews with Reed and Sue and Johnny and Ben. It's so fucking interesting.
Yeah, it is. It sounds like it, but yeah, back to what I was saying though, is also the world, like this is its own separate world, but it feels so full.
Look, this might be my own personal bias. This world feels more developed. This world that like has only been around for this one movie feels more developed than the MCU that's been around for over 10 years.
Right? That's kind of weird.
But am I wrong?
Yeah.
No, you are not.
I feel you, but yeah, it's great, and it does take, I think, elements from previous Fantastic Four films too, and incorporates them. Like there is one story that I can't talk about because it's a spoiler, but it's kind of a reinvention of a character's plot in the second Tim Story movie.
I will straight up say, like without spoiling, this movie, if you want an elevator pitch, this is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer done correctly.
Yes. Oh yeah, indeed. And
it's such
writing, music.
it's such an interesting twist. And first off, I'm gonna get on a bit of a soapbox rant real quick. I'm gonna flame a particular group of people. Fuck all you dumbass motherfuckers who got on the internet to bitch and complain. Not that I'm not one of those motherfuckers who gets on the internet to bitch and complain, because I do bitch and complain, as all fans do. But fuck all you motherfuckers that came on here to bitch and complain without seeing the movie, because that thing that y'all were so up in arms about, that y'all got your fucking panties in a twist, it is relevant, and there is a specific reason this change was made. So fuck off.
I think more than one, honestly.
There's one I'm specifically pointing at.
No, I know which one. I know which thing you're
I'm gonna.
talking about, I'm saying there's more than one reason.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about the other reason that people have gotten their panties in a twist as well. But that'll be in the spoiler when we go character by character, because I have a whole multiple paragraphs of notes for that character.
The only thing. One of the only things that kind of irked me a little bit, but this is just a nitpick, is Natasha Lyonne's character.
I'm sad. Why wasn't it just Alicia Masters? I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it just Alicia Masters? We established the Puppet Master exists. You mentioned the Puppet Master by name. Why is this just a random girl named Rachel?
And I thought it was going to be because of something that we theorized, but no.
No, it's just a random nice lady named Rachel. But I'm not one of those people that's like, no, you have to be with the canon ship. I don't care as long as the essence is there. But Alicia is so important to Ben's character, but also this Ben isn't as focused on vanity as your traditional depiction of Ben.
See, here's
the reason for
the
big thing for Alicia is kind of not entirely necessary in their world, because people don't treat the thing like a gross rock monster in this world. So I get it from that perspective, I guess.
Yeah. Also makes me wonder is, they have been around for years. Is Alicia exist and they're just not in-game in this world?
Could be a thing.
And that he already had that moment with Alicia?
Maybe he already had that moment, and Johnny swooped in and stole her for a little bit. Turns out she was actually a Skrull. I'm not making this up. This was really a plot.
Yeah.
Read it, you guys. The Fantastic Four is insane.
If you read this, if you read this movie. No. If you watch this movie and you think that a lot of stuff happens and a lot of weird stuff happens, that is the Fantastic Four, which makes this movie so great.
You guys,
which is why I really enjoyed it, and I will now transition over, so we're not here forever, to Tony.
Yep. So Tony, spoiler-free thoughts.
I really enjoyed this movie. I was on the edge of my seat with excitement. I had a similar experience in my fear. Just throughout a good portion of the film, when a major moment happened, some dude just walked out.
What? Walked out?
Oh my god!
Of this movie? That's insane.
Yeah, bro had a big yawn moment and then just decided to walk.
That's insane. But I get it. It's very hard sci-fi. If you're not into that shit, it could be very boring.
I looked at it and I thought to myself, this guy's missing out. Huh? One of his part, but
yeah.
But it is what it is. Everyone was perfectly cast. Everyone had their roles to play, but the goats of the film, and I said it in the chat, I said it to Jay, and I'm saying it here, the Storms owned this movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Left no crumbs whatsoever. They ate that shit. No crumbs whatsoever. Not a single solitary one. My lord. Alright. So, honestly, I just want to talk spoilers, y'all. I want to apologize to future Tony in advance because I'm so passionate about the FF. This is going to be an even longer episode than Superman. I have a lot of notes.
Get through the 9.
I have a lot of fucking notes. So what we're gonna do for the spoiler section, and first off, spoiler warning, you have exactly 4 seconds to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, they're gone. All right, so how we're gonna do this is we are gonna go do the tried and true character by character. I have this structured in terms of character arcs and kind of like the character I want to focus on. I am actually saving, I won't spoil the order of where I go, so we're just gonna go ahead and kick it off. We're gonna start off with Benjamin J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. So the thing with Ben, right, is Ben in this story, very much like he is in the comics, is a support player. Not to be confused with Marvel Rivals, where he's clearly a tank. Ben is a support player. He doesn't drive the plot forward, but he's there for you when it counts. So I don't really have as much to say on Ben in terms of plot and character arc, but man, does this guy get it. He gets it. The emotion, the brute, he broods so well. His humor is so good. The back and forth with Johnny is really good. So again, this is also in my notes, to bring up a Tim Story Fantastic Four comparison. The thing that one of my big complaints and missed opportunities as an adult watching the Tim Story movies, which I watched these yesterday to prepare myself for first steps. One of my big complaints about the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies, in terms of missed opportunity character dynamics, is that Johnny and Ben's character dynamic here in the Tim Story movies felt more mean-spirited than it should be. Like, Johnny and Ben are brothers, way more so than even Reed and Johnny. Like, Johnny and Ben are how you would expect an older brother and a younger brother to interact. They fucking talk shit to each other, they rib each other all the time, but when it comes down to it, Ben is the first one to jump in after Johnny, and nothing proves that better. The scene where I was like, he gets it, was the scene where they're on Galactus's ship. Johnny burns out his flames, uses up his oxygen supply, and immediately, without even a second thought, gotcha, buddy. Grabs him, goes for the ship. No hesitation, no words, just immediately, gotcha, buddy. And he didn't, and it was a serious moment, so he didn't talk shit. He didn't say, you fucked up, Matchstick. He made sure John knew, no, I gotcha, buddy. You didn't do anything wrong. You did great.
Yeah, and then that was reciprocated later on in the film.
Yep. Wow. Where they debut Johnny and Ben's team up that they literally put into Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This film highlighted a lesser thing that a lot of the bigger Fantastic Four adaptations don't really go into. And that's the relationship between Ben and Sue.
Ben and Sue, for sure. And they don't make it weird. A lot of Fantastic Four adaptations make it weird. And I will admit, they make it weird for a very clear reason. And I blame Stan. Because Stan has... this is kind of a problem with a lot of Stan's early work. You see it in X-Men, where Chuck has a crush on Jean. He had this trope of creating love triangles because he used to write a lot of romance comics. So he did this thing. So in early Fantastic Four, there's a lot of Ben secretly pining after Sue shit. It's bad. There's no other way to put it. And a lot of other Fantastic Four adaptations kind of lean into that. And this movie doesn't. Thank fucking Christ.
No, they're just like brother and sister.
And what I love about it is that they both can speak Reed. And I get the moment where the second moment where I had this goofy smile on my face. And I was like, oh, he gets it. That's Ben. Is the pregnancy reveal, the full pregnancy reveal scene that we don't get to see in the trailer, where Ben is immediately, you're pregnant, and then she's like, oh my god, yeah, how'd you know? He's like, I mean, look at your husband's face.
Yeah.
and then the exchange that he has with Reed, oh, you're handling this well, Stretch. I would have expected you to be locked in your lab, drenched in a panic sweat. Oh, I have that scheduled for later. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking perfect. That is them. That is them to a T.
Oh, and
that is them seeing.
My favorite thing, though. My favorite thing, though, is all the interactions when they're actually trying to figure out plans to stop Galactus, especially with the temporal bridges, where a lot of the comedy is then trying to adjust to not having enough power to do anything.
Oh my god, the funniest shit is just seeing him use the fucking rock polisher as a fucking razor. That is hilarious.
So but not only like that, but also baby proofing.
H.E.R.B.I, yeah, just being a menace, putting the baby gates, making fucking the poor guy trip.
And
I love that. Ben and Herbie's friendship is so well done here.
But I will say that one Reed Ben scene that we haven't talked about, which some adaptations go more into it, and I feel like maybe this universe they've had that conversation a few times already. The "it's not your fault" scene.
No, they did it. They did it when they did that, and like. Again, I mean, Petro's been a good face actor his entire career. I mean, even when he was Oberon, right? Like, his facial acting is top fucking notch. The amount of guilt Reed has is just palpable. And I love Ben just putting his hand on his best friend's shoulder and being like, listen, man, you need to stop beating yourself up. This wasn't you. And I was just like, oh my god, this is perfect.
And then he was like, the suit scene where he was like, no one would have known that the suits were bad. I would have. And he's like, no,
you wouldn't have. You're not as smart as you think you are, Stretch. And I love that he can call Reed out on his shit.
Yeah, and the thing is also the thing that I love about that scene is Reed doesn't even start it. Ben does.
Yep.
He sees the anguish on his friend, and his brother, basically.
Side note, audience. Dangerous drinking game. Take a shot every time we make a Fantastic Four related pun.
Oh god.
Like anytime we say the thing or, something related to that. Anyways, but yeah.
But just like the fact that Reed doesn't even have to say anything. He just knows him that well.
Yeah.
He knows that's what he's thinking.
The unspoken conversation is what really gets it here. Like, they feel like a family and not just like not a perfect, like, fucking white picket fence 50s 60s nuclear family. They're a fucked up, dysfunctional family that wants to kill each other 80% of the time.
Yeah, one of my, funniest moments that we haven't mentioned so far is just when Johnny and Ben are having that conversation. I'm not going in.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going in.
I'm not checking on him. Thank you, Johnny, for volunteering. No, thank you, Ben, for actually volunteering to go down. And then Sue just pops in, check on what? It's like, oh god, I hate when she does that. Just so unsettling.
Yeah.
And another scene that I love is that with Ben walking down his home street, he was just minding his own business. You got that one random motherfucker. Hey, you gotta say it.
What time is it?
Time.
Sir, I don't actually say that. That's just a line from the cartoon.
And you have while he's just walking.
I know that was in the trailer, but seeing it in context was so much better. Just to lift the car.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fanes throws it at them.
They want him to yeet. Yeah, he want him to yeet the car, and I love that he trolls them. He pretends to throw it at them.
Yeah.
He's like,
I gotcha.
Also, even though Natasha Lyonne's character is like a non-character, honestly, some of the moments that it did involved him, where he was like, I grew up right there.
But
and
also,
she's like, literally right there.
But also, tell me why. This is just really hilarious to me because I made this joke to Corey, and I still stand by it. Tell me why Natasha Lyonne has a better Ben Grimm New York thing accent than the Thing's actor. I know that's just how she talks because she's from there, but like that accent and cadence is how I picture the Thing. He's supposed to sound like Jack Kirby, and Jack Kirby is the most fucking uptown ass motherfucker. He's got this thick ass uptown accent.
I did Google it, and indeed, Rachel Rosman is a completely OC, but some think that she's a nod to Kirby's wife.
Oh, Rosalind Kirby.
Oh.
Duh. No shit. That's beautiful, actually, because so that's really beautiful. So fun fact for you comic nerds out there, because I'm again obsessed with the Fantastic Four and also Jack Kirby by extension. Jack famously says that he put a little bit of himself in every character he created, but the one character that he feels is him is Ben Grimm. He literally based Ben Grimm on his entire life. The fact that he was a street tough, part of a gang, talked like that. Jack Kirby is Ben Grimm. Or Ben Grimm is Jack Kirby. So to hear that her name is Roz, never mind. I take back what I said. That's fucking beautiful.
And that goes to show you about how much this movie understands the source material.
Yeah,
And
also a little fun bit of comic trivia for you in Jack Kirby lore. Rosalind Kirby was the basis for a direct inspiration for another famous Kirby creation, but not for Marvel, for DC. Rosalind Kirby was the direct inspiration for one Big Barda. Even though Rosalind Kirby is only 5'4".
Well,
She's got a big personality. If you watch the interviews with the Kirby family, Roz is a very big personality. Or was.
Like
rest in peace.
Where they seem bigger than they are because of their personality.
Also, I just want to say, even though Jack Kirby is the Thing, I want the record to show Jack Kirby was a short king. He was our height, Tony. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We share that with Jack the King Kirby. Wear that fucking badge with pride.
You know I'm doing that, but
also in some iterations, Ben gains a few inches.
Pause.
Damn, bro.
I mean, I've seen Ben's Marvel Rivals season 2, Brian, but like you ain't gotta point it out.
You don't gotta be saucy about it.
Well, he also gets taller a couple inches too.
Oh,
there we go.
But anyways.
But the point I want to make is how quietly beautiful Ben's scenes in the synagogue.
Yeah.
When they're still trying to plan out things.
That's also another thing I feel
disaster.
like that's also another thing that I feel like the Tim Story movies really failed on, that this movie gets right, is Ben's relationship with Faith. His faith is super important to him because obviously it was important to Jack. So it's huge that it's a thing that Ben is canonically Jewish and, does go to temple every Friday, and he actually he likes to spend Hanukkah with some of the other Jewish superheroes like Mark and Kitty, even. He hosts a party and shit.
Kudos to the team for actually casting a Jewish actor.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's not necessary, but it's still cool.
Also, sadly enough, it's the first time in the MCU.
Really? Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, where they got a Jewish actor to play a Jewish character.
I mean, to be fair, the only other Jewish character that's been around in the MCU is Mark. So
yeah, it's Mark. And they didn't really.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I already have my bone to pick with that show. God damn it.
But anyway, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's character overall doesn't do much, but shines in the simplicity
the quiet
smaller
moments. Yeah, the quiet moments. And again, he's a support player. He's not driving the plot forward, but when you need the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, boy, does he got you.
I even like how it's even in scenes where you need him for not the punchy, he'll still come in there.
My favorite scene. Birth. Yeah, my favorite scene with him. We talked about a few of them, but the birth scene is one of them for sure. But the other one that I really like is the one where he is like kind of the foreman for the New York construction site for the bridge. I thought that was awesome because, again, more deeper Fantastic Four lore for those of you who aren't hyper obsessed with the Fantastic Four. Ben's dad is actually ran a construction company.
As my dad said, if you don't have anything to do, grab a shovel.
Yep.
Grab a shovel. And we gotta give nothing but flowers to Mr. Moss-Bachrach here.
Yeah.
He killed it as Ben. He may not have the voice that we wanted for Ben.
Yeah.
But he had the spirit of Ben.
I will admit, I talk shit about, as someone from the city, I talk shit about the fact that he didn't get the accent. And I apologize. It doesn't matter that your accent isn't perfect because you got the heart.
That's his normal accent.
Yeah. You got the heart. The heart is what we needed. The Thing is the heart of the team. People say it's Sue, and I can see it, but no, Ben's the heart of the team. Sue is the glue. We're gonna get to Sue when we get to Sue. Sue is I'll just go ahead and say straight off the bat, if you want like just a quick and dirty explanation of the roles. Like Ben's the heart. Reed is the brain. Johnny's the smile is the way I put it. I know that's unconventional, but that is honestly the best way I can put Johnny. He's the smile of the team. He's the one that keeps everybody happy and reminds people, you guys, remember what we're doing. What we're doing is fucking awesome. This is fun. Remember that this is fun. And then Sue is the glue. She is what makes the Fantastic. We'll get to her. We'll get to her last because, like, again, her section is expensive.
I Googled it. Ben's actor is a New Yorker.
Like it's cool. He just didn't have the exact accent that I was looking for. He clearly has a Manhattan accent when his accent should have been more Bronx, like old school Bronx accent, which is what Jack Kirby's accent is an old school Bronx accent. People think Ben is from Brooklyn. That accent is not a Brooklyn accent. Just because Joey Wheeler slightly sounded like it and they called him the Brooklyn Brawler, that is not a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, he was born in New York City.
Yep, yeah. Like, in a perfect world, he would have had the uptown accent. And this is just a particular spot for me because that is where I grew up. So, like, I know that accent. I could do that accent because that used to be my accent.
But other than the accent...
Yeah. No, he's perfect. He's absolutely perfect.
And I think another pitch perfect performance, we should go to
Pedro. He was indeed the next on my list. All right. So, here's the thing. Take a shot. Here's the deal with Reed. And I figured they were going to do this. Because Reed is a complicated character. Reed is a very complicated character. And I don't mean this just because he's a genius. It's because he's so easy to either oversimplify or make into the most unlikable piece of shit. And here's the big problem. And this isn't just Tim Story's fault. This is a lot of the animated adaptation's fault. And also I blame comic fandom for this because comic fandom tends to only talk about Reed the terrible husband, Reed getting cucked by Namor, Reed ignoring his wife. That is not who Reed is. That always pisses me off when people just focus on that shit. Now, granted,
Reed, to me at least, is a man driven by the pursuit of knowledge to the extent where he gets so hyper-focused that everything else in his periphery just fades away. I can relate to that. Jay can relate to that.
100%.
Brian can relate to that.
100%.
And this is a man who was brought up on the ideals of science is fucking cool.
Science and adventure.
Science and adventure are fucking cool. But in the comics, and Jay can agree with what I'm about to say, because he talks about it all the time, when Reed's dad, Nathaniel, told Reed when he was younger, you can love science, you can love adventures, you can do all that, but never forget, always keep family at the forefront too. Don't be like me.
And okay, so I thank you, Tony, because this is the perfect transition. This is how Pedro got Reed perfect. His talk with Franklin. I cried like a baby Franklin when he was sitting there with Franklin and he talked about just, what I love about science is discovering the unknown. And, you know, the more I learn about you, the less I know. The thing that a lot of people don't understand, a lot of people want their sons to, a lot of fathers want their sons to be like them. But no, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so Reed. That's the thing I love the most. This skips so far ahead. This is at the end of the movie. But one of the things that shows how good of a dad Reed is when Sue shows like the books Franklin likes to read. One of them is a philosophy book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's because he loves spending time with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin loves his dad so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I like that same scene where Reed is talking to Franklin. He made the joke, and it's a very dad joke to make. Like, I wish you could tell me now, because that would be great.
Oh, that was, but it was so much a genuine Reed thing too. It's like, so you know, if you happen to be an all-powerful space god, you know, if you could tell me now, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, it's a dad joke mixed with. But
it's such a Reedism. It's such a Reedism, which is so good.
Also, one of my favorite things about Pedro's performance as Reed is how conflicted he is. Right? He's a man trying to figure out what the hell is going on. It reminds me of a video that I watched talking about a book about the Fantastic Four set in the End universe, where
Fantastic Four at the end, yeah,
where they really explored like from their inception to the modern day. Mm-hmm. And that story really focused on a Reed grappling with the concept of going up against a cosmic horror, well, being that universe's version of Galactus, and just how that idea really fucked with his head.
It's a great story. That's one of my favorite Fantastic Four books of all time, in terms of like what if scenarios.
Mm-hmm. And I think a little bit of that story was in this version of Reed. Mm-hmm. He was possessed with the idea of trying to solve the problem without sacrificing his family, which caused a bit of a strain with his relationship with Sue.
Also,
and I like that they were established to be a married couple in this film from the jump.
Also, one of the small things that I want to touch on that I absolutely love, and this again comes from just years of reading the FF, is Reed and Sue constantly call each other by like pet names: darling, my love, baby, sweetheart, and that's in the dialogue all the time. It's never Reed, Sue. It's always baby, babe, darling. Like, you know, they never call each other by their names unless it's a serious thing. It's always babe, calm down, sweetie, my love, you know, shit like that. And that's such a small detail. That is just, it's what you need.
Yeah, and another moment for Reed is just that scene where it's like, it is my job to go through all the bad scenarios so they won't happen.
Oh my god, but this is in my Sue notes. I'm not going to talk about it. It's in my Sue notes. I'm not going to talk about it.
His side of that.
But yeah,
explaining his situation, like his perspective.
It's the autistic brain. It's the autistic brain. We don't even have to sugarcoat it. It's the autistic brain. And he even, you know, he doesn't come out and say it directly, but Sue even says, that's just how your brain works. I know you. You thought about it. Like, and it's so good. And the other thing is, like, everybody thinks of Reed as this thoughtless scientist who doesn't care as long as it's in the pursuit of science. That is not who Reed is. The thing that one of the other big things for Pedro is the press conference scene. That press conference scene was perfect. When he says, without any hesitation, Galactus asked for our child, and of course, and obviously we said no. Because he's like, no way in hell am I going to give up my boy. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he also goes into the explanation of when people were just turning on the FF because they were scared. They don't know what to do.
And again, he doesn't blame people. That's what I think, and it's so beautiful because the Fantastic Four, the thing, one of the biggest things is they believe in people, and that is their greatest power. Sue. But Reed. Reed is just, he's so perfect because, you know, some people might say they cleaned up Reed, and maybe a little bit, but that's never been who Reed is. All right, yes, Stan wrote Reed horribly. There's no other way to put it, it was the 60s. He wrote Reed horribly. He wrote Sue horribly. Like, it's just not good. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
I love Stan. I think Stan is a legend. He's an amazing writer. But man, is early Fantastic Four hard to read.
Yeah. But one other moment that I want to call to, which is an earlier moment, which is a little bit more subtle, is in the beginning when they're just like setting up the world. And like Reed is like trying to teach all these kids, and he's like so excited about the science.
And then everybody's asleep, and it's like, all right, who wants to see a cool explosion? Yeah. But another relationship moment highlight. We talked about how like Reed and Johnny's relationship is very underrated. Shit, it's very underrated even in the comics. Like we rarely, the Fantastic Four get split up a lot in the comics, but they rarely pair up Reed and Johnny, which I want to see more of. But like
this dynamic right here, dynamic. One
of my favorite exchanges is when like he fixes the suits and they look all cool and shit, and Johnny's just like, you know what? I take back everything bad I've ever said about you to myself in private. And like
look on his face is like, wait, what?
And that's such a Johnny way of saying I love you without saying I love you. There's a lot of that in here. They say I love you a lot without saying I love you.
Like when Johnny returns from talking to the Silver Surfer, and you just see Reed's reaction to like learning that Johnny learned her language.
He's proud. He is a proud big brother.
Yeah,
he has
he was picking up what the Surfer was laying down.
Yeah, but like he saw that Johnny had like a legitimate idea.
And Johnny ran with it. And also, not to continue because this will be mostly for the storms. You can tell absolutely that Johnny caught what Johnny was talking about.
Oh yeah,
and she let him do his thing.
Let him cook. Yeah, so like that's the thing I really like. Again, like Reed saw that Johnny, like Reed was proud of Johnny for making that discovery, and other versions of Reed, like even in the comics, like in bad versions of the Fantastic Four, other versions of Reed would have just brushed Johnny off. But Reed understands that Johnny is fucking smart, and he encourages Johnny's like development and education. Like that's why Johnny loves Reed so much, is because of the thing I tried to explain to the guys before, and I think I even said it on pod, but if not, I definitely said it off camera. The Storm household did not value education, which is why Sue dived into it so deeply, because she loved learning, and that's why she ended up falling in love with Reed. But Johnny was the same way. He loved to learn, and like the reason he loves Reed so much is because his dad did not encourage that. He wanted Johnny to just be your typical like sports manly man type, you know, the stereotypical shit.
Basically be like ultimate,
like, you know, your stereotypical like 50s 60s jock type, right? But like Reed encouraged Johnny to follow his passions, engineering, cars, you know, shit like that, aeronautics. Reed brings out the best in them because he encourages their dreams, he encourages their passions, you know what I mean? And he brings that out in Johnny. Even with the suit thing, you know, he doesn't just brush Johnny off. You know, Johnny gives him those plans. He's like, all right, it's on the list. And shortly after, knocked it off the list, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, and he's like, I specifically made your suit to handle your flame on, but only for a brief time. So watch out.
Yep.
Yes, your suit is able to. You can use your powers in the suit, but you have a certain threshold where your oxygen reserves will be depleted.
And again,
for too long.
something that I love about Reed that I don't think a lot of people notice is that Reed never changes his language for Johnny. He uses all the full big brain science terms because he knows Johnny can understand. He doesn't dumb it down.
Also, he understands like Johnny's preference, which is why when he refers to it when you flame on. He doesn't say when you activate your powers.
When you activate your powers or when you spontaneously combust. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, other versions of Reed would have, like, had to have made a translation and been like, okay, so what this means is, no, this Reed understands Johnny's a smart guy. He knows the science terms. He might not be a scientist, but he knows the science terms. He doesn't have to dumb it down for Johnny because Johnny's not dumb.
Yeah. And also, I love that just in general, this movie doesn't like try to dumb down the audience, and Reed himself can have like moments where he doesn't have to explain what's going on. Like in the Galactus fight, when he when he has a moment to think and looks up and then grabs the beam and starts opening up.
Yeah. And I mean, he does science babble, but that's just Reed. Reed is gonna science, like.
Yeah, but he doesn't always science babble.
Yeah.
We can just like see him thinking.
Yeah. And he's also like just very good at thinking on his feet, and they showcase that really well with this character. And I mean, Pedro just is really good at playing those types of characters in general. Like look at anyone from Oberon to Din to fucking Joel, rest in peace.
Yeah, which, like I mentioned in my screen time, I've been like going back and watching, like, since I'm watching the reactions of Game of Thrones, it's like watching it again. And like him, like just even in facial acting, just coyly playing with the Lannisters and just fucking with them.
Oh yeah. I mean, he brought that mountain battle to fucking life. He even got the cadence that I imagined Oberon would say that whole retort in. Obviously I'm not going to repeat that retort because it'll probably get us like bonked on YouTube, but you know the one if you've seen the show. But anyways, Reed was a character that I was the most worried for because Reed is the easiest character to get wrong. Reed is so easy to fall into that absent-minded neglectful husband trope, but he's not neglect. If anything, he cares about his family more than anything in the entire universe.
Like, one of the things that calls upon this is the whole like crib scene. Where
honestly, the thing that the one that really sells it is the burp, because Reed is the ship's captain. He should be monitoring all these devices, and they're going through this tricky maneuver, slingshotting around a fucking neutron star. Reed should be the one doing all the calculations, but he trusts his team. He knows his team is smart. He lets Johnny do it. He lets Ben handle the piloting. What he's focused on, staying with Sue. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll never leave. But that's Reed. Yeah. That's why Civil War pissed me off so much as a kid.
But we don't need to go into that.
I just want to say real quick, the reason Civil War pissed me off as a kid, like, I'm not going to go into a full tangent, is that, like, what Miller got wrong about that shit is that, like, the four are always united. Like, no matter how much they fight, there isn't a reason for even to think about a trial separation between Reed and Sue. They're the only two people that understand each other. Like, and you get that here. Just how they look at each other. Like,
yeah. And the thing that I was going to mention about like the crib scene is the fact that Reed in his head thought the most practical would be to get H.E.R.B.I.E to do that while I work on this device that only I can work on. But after he has that conversation with Sue, we later see him say that the crib is finished, that he worked on it. Also, because he understood what that meant to her.
Also, I love that joke argument that they have in the middle of that, where also really cool display of her powers, where she shows Franklin by going like partially invisible, and she's like, "See, he's perfect. You don't need to work on that device to scan him." And I love it. Reed immediately responds back, "You know, that's a bullshit way to win an argument," but immediately gets to work. And I'm like, "That's Reed. That's Reed." But he acknowledges that he's wrong because Reed's a smart guy. Oh man. Yeah. All right. My man, my guy, my spirit animal, my longtime idol, Johnny Storm,
the master linguist here,
Mr. Matchstick himself, Johnny Storm. So the other thing that I love talking about the whole linguist thing is, you don't really notice it because like they only kind of touch on it once. Johnny doesn't actually do this by himself. He works on it with Sue. And the reason he works on it with Sue is because Sue is an archaeologist. she knows how to piece together languages because she studied ancient dead languages her entire life. That is both of their passion. That's why when she's like, well, we can make an algorithm, Johnny's like, no, we can do it. Us.
Yeah.
This is our thing.
Yeah. And like you said, they don't focus on it, but yeah, Johnny does it with the help of Sue and H.E.R.B.I.E.
Yep.
Which we don't need to do a whole segment about H.E.R.B.I.E, but
H.E.R.B.I.E.
I loved H.E.R.B.I.E.
H.E.R.B.I.E.'s the MVP. H.E.R.B.I.E.'s the MVP. H.E.R.B.I.E.'s the GOAT.
And I love that scene where H.E.R.B.I.E. just like, Johnny's like, we've all been there, where we're in like hyperfixation.
And don't eat.
We haven't eaten in a long time.
Brian can tell you on record. Brian has had to text me multiple times. Jay, did you eat today?
Yeah. Well, especially if like
a video game. Yeah, a new game comes out. Jay, did you? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that, aren't I? Oh yeah. Shit.
But yeah, H.E.R.B.I.E. just comes in with the sandwich.
And he's like, "Oh, thanks, buddy." And also another scene that I really like with Johnny and the like just the language thing with Sue. You know, he makes it their thing, and I love he's like, you know, a Rosetta Stone. See, I can make I can reference old stuff too. Like it's such a Johnny thing.
Yeah, and another thing that is like such a Johnny moment is like when he first like is trying to talk to them about that whole situation. He's like, yeah, I get it. Johnny sees a hot space chick.
Okay, and that is 100% Johnny and also 100% me. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand. Johnny loves space. Johnny loves women. Johnny finally sees a naked space lady. Of course, Johnny likes the naked space lady. But guys, I actually got something here. And
her tone was warm, like her tone.
And again, the conversation wasn't them like brushing him off. They're just helping him translate what his thoughts. It's like, all right, so
now, granted, I think
Ben was talking shit. Yeah. Ben was like, "You're thinking with your dick, buddy."
Ben was roasting.
Yeah, Ben was like, "You're thinking with your dick, buddy." Which, to be fair, he was. And to be fair, if I was in that position, I would.
Which we saw that scene. We saw most of that scene in the trailers. But to see that scene like in full fruition, where he follows her just on instinct.
Also, real quick, this is just a fun moment that happened in the theater because, again, Corey's been my best friend for years, pretty much as long, a little bit longer than I've known you guys, just maybe a year or so longer than I've known you guys. Because I've known you guys since first year of college. I've known Corey maybe 2 years longer, maybe. I've known him since like junior year of high school. The scene where he's like, so last question. Is the surfboard part of your body?
Yes.
When Corey looked at me, he goes, that's a you question.
It is.
And I'm like, yeah, damn right, that's the first question I'm gonna ask. So would you have to fuck me with that thing? Or like, can we like detach that? Are there settings? Can we start off as like a 1 before we get to like 10?
And the fact also that it's not just a one-off thing.
And also the other thing that I like, because like the problem that I have with Chris Evans' depiction, and this isn't Chris Evans' fault, this is Tim Story's fault, or the writer, I guess, both kind of. The thing that they fuck up with Johnny, and I get it, it's the easiest thing to focus on because it's the main thing people take from the comics because they don't read past the surface with any of these characters. They just take the baseline. Yes, Johnny loves women for sure. I mean, who doesn't? Women are great, but like Johnny isn't just vain. He's a fuckboy, but he does actually go for personality. And like part of his charm is that he's able to connect with people. And this is where like the Rise of the Silver Surfer thing done right, and why H.E.R.B.I.E. makes so much more sense in this movie because they have the connection be with Johnny. Like, because and I love that it's not like a love thing though at the same time, right? Johnny had a crush, sure, but at the end of the day, she didn't do that because she fell in love with Johnny or he rizzed her up or anything like that. It was because Johnny was able to connect with her on an emotional level and remind Shala of who she was and what she did. The scene where he plays the recordings and he just goes in on her and it's like, you did all this, you brought those people here, they begged you for mercy, and now you're bringing him here to my family? I'm not letting you do that. That's Johnny.
And the fact that Johnny up in the sky where no one else can hear, he's like, if you need a sacrifice, take me.
Oh my god. Oh, dude. When he said that, I was like, I swear to God, movie. If you pull a Fantastic Four 578 in the first movie, I am going to be upset.
Like, honestly, for a split second, at the end, I thought...
At the edge of my seat, I was like, I swear to God, if you do this in the first movie, I'm going to be pissed.
Because we know from Thunderbolts that they dimension hop. Mm-hmm. So for a split second, part of me was like,
I was like, oh, he's gonna get trapped.
Johnny.
He's gonna get trapped in the negative zone. Fuck. Don't do this. Don't do this in the first movie, please. I can't go through this pain again.
But seeing him go for that sacrifice play,
oh man, and,
I think
and again, going back to him and Reed, the fact that like he doesn't look at Sue, he looks at Reed and he tells Reed, tell Franklin Uncle Johnny loves him. I was just like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, and I think seeing that, like, because we knew that it was. Like, I think she knew that it was going to happen, but I think the final nail in the coffin was him going for the sacrifice play, which caused
her to finally be like, nope, I can't let this happen again. I can't let somebody else do what I did. Also, just to drop some comic lore, I'm sure everybody's seen a million YouTube shorts about this because it's popular now because Fantastic Four YouTube shorts have been blowing up everywhere because people want to know more about the comics. Well, let me drop some comic lore on you guys. I want to say it's 578 or it might be 587. I always flip numbers around, but I'm pretty sure it was 578. Johnny, so in the previous issue, Johnny sacrifices himself to allow the Fantastic Four to escape the negative zone. The next issue is a completely silent issue, and it shows you how the Fantastic Four are all dealing and spiraling after Johnny's death. He's the smile of the team. He's the one that helps keep the team happy. So Sue encased herself in a force field. She's just completely shut out from the entire world. She encased herself in a force field. Reed, he's stuck in the lab trying to just find any way to track Johnny down. That's what Reed does. Ben, he walks out, and Hulk and Thor call him out and start insulting him just so that Ben can start beating the shit out of them until after the fight. Once he's let all that out, all it is tears. That's how Ben deals with it. Val, who doesn't exist yet, but Val, I'm just gonna say, is currently doing a lecture at the Future Foundation. And she is writing a list of possible replacements for Johnny. Black Panther, Spider-Man, Luke Cage. She stops, crosses out that entire list, erases the board, and writes in all caps, big letters, "Kill Annihilus." That's Val. And then
my favorite moment.
And then Franklin. That's
my favorite.
This made me cry like a bitch reading this. Franklin is really, really sad. Like, understandable. And, of course, who shows up but Uncle Pete? And Pete is the only person that talks this entire issue. This entire issue is silent. It's the last page and the last panel. Hey, Franklin, can I tell you a story? Once upon a time, I lost my uncle, too.
God dang it.
Right? I was not prepared to go through that again, you guys. Like, it's been over 10 years. And yes, I know I'm being a little OD. He came back 6 months later, but I really can't. That's my favorite character, bro. I was distraught.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, but the fact that he was willing to do that just says
that's all you need to know. He's the smile of the team. Without him, they just can't be happy.
He's also the one that is willing to make the sacrifice.
If his light's snuffed out, they're like, it's snuffed out.
Exactly. They just got him right. He's not vapid. He's not vain. He is arrogant. He is, handsome. He's, he does keep up with his looks. But he's also silly. He's a great uncle. He's a great friend. He's the best, man. He's the best. There's a reason I've, very much tried to model myself after him, like as a person, like growing up reading the Fantastic Four and being so attached to Johnny. Johnny was who I wanted to be when I grow up. Like, you know, I'm still in the process of doing. I just need to find a space and some cosmic rays. But we're working on it. We're working on it. Jordan promised he'd get me that spaceship.
Well, also, you do realize that you're gonna have to take lessons of driving.
That's what an auto nav system is for. I don't gotta follow him 100%. He actually has a sense of direction. I don't.
Which, oh, by the way, one more thing real quick about Johnny, that just to show his character, is like the gun on the ship scene, like the whole entire part, like when he everything from when he first gets it gets to use it, and he's like, oh hell yes, to at the end where he calculates like to overcome
the trajectory. And I also love the little exchange. I don't tell you how to fly the ship, you don't tell me how to shoot the gun.
Like, you don't tell me how to shoot a over naked space ladies.
Stop calling her sexy, but she's sexy. That's so Johnny. And also, it is 100% lore accurate. Johnny sticks his dick in some weird shit, you guys. He is the Captain Kirk of the Marvel Universe.
And he gets him into so much trouble.
100%. I'm honestly surprised he only has one kid in one universe. Because in the main universe, that birth didn't actually go through, unfortunately. Sorry, Elijah.
Well, that we know of.
But, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll fix the scrolls, and Johnny can have his scroll baby. Who knows?
That scroll baby.
Which, funny enough, one of Ben's kids currently is a scroll, I believe. I want to say he's a scroll. Might be a Kree. He's one of those two. One of them.
Because the adoption thing.
Yeah. Him and Alicia adopt two kids. Even though technically they could make him the old-fashioned way, because he does have one day a year where he gets his dick back. I know that's not what it is.
So much pressure.
Yeah, for one day, you gotta be ready. All right, mission, plant, seed, go. But yeah,
because your other option is just wait for that one day and like hope
the one above all is on your side. But yeah,
or just have him give a specimen and
fair enough.
Let Reed.
I would not. 100% hell no.
That's why you go to an actual medical professional to do that.
I love the man, but I would not let Reed handle my sample.
Yeah.
I'm a Reed defender, but even I would be like, nah, Reed, no.
Not only that, but just to let Reed handle making my baby.
Yeah, no.
Oh God, no.
No, he would want to make improvements, and I'm like, Reed, no, no, don't do it, buddy.
Stop it, Reed.
I feel like then we'd get
don't science my baby.
MVP.
Exactly. Don't fucking action replay my baby, Reed. Stop it.
Yeah. But let's talk about.
All right.
But let's talk about like
speaking of MVPs. Speaking of MVPs.
Yes.
All right, Susan Storm. Oh,
that's a Kirby.
My God. All right, Sue is the first lady of Marvel Comics. Sue is the most important. I would argue that Sue is quite possibly the single most important female character in all of Marvel. Because without Sue, the Fantastic Four would not exist. And here is where I'm going to get on my other soapbox rant. I got into several arguments, including to some with friends, where they were concerned. And sorry, Trash, I'm going to bring you up. Trash was concerned. He's like, I don't know how I feel about Sue. What I'm hearing about with these leaks about Sue being the leader of the Fantastic Four. I'm like, all right, Trash, I'm going to give you a pass because you don't know the comics. But Sue has always been the leader of the Fantastic Four when the Fantastic Four wasn't written by Stan Lee. Because people that aren't Stan actually understand Sue is the one that makes everything run. Sue is not the leader in the field. Sue is not the one who makes all the plans. Sue is the one who makes sure all these idiots get their jobs.
She's the mediator, government liaison, and publicist.
Without Sue, everybody else is so scattered. They'd just be so busy doing their own thing. Johnny would be stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny would be stuck tinkering on a project. Reed would be stuck tinkering on a project. Ben would be sad, moping in a corner somewhere. Sue is the one that brings them all together and is like, all right, guys, we need to do a thing. And that's what the leader does. And Sue is compassionate. Sue is the one that actually is able to bridge the gap between people. That's why, again, she doesn't exist, but I'm going to use the comics as a reference. That's why Valeria is such a scary character, because Valeria is literally a perfect balance between Reed and Sue. Valeria has Reed's intelligence, Reed's raw intelligence, and Sue's emotional intelligence. That's scary. That's scary.
Oh, yeah.
She can manipulate. In the wrong hands, one wrong bad day, she could manipulate anybody. Which is why in some universes she becomes like Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Back to this movie though.
Yeah.
And the moment of all moments that perfectly encapsulate all of that is when she has that monologue
at the press
in
conference.
The middle of the crowd.
At the press conference in Times Square, where she talks about how the Earth is their family. Yes, it's cheesy, but it's true. The Fantastic Four treats everyone as their family.
I will not sacrifice my baby to save this world.
But I will not sacrifice this world for my baby. Yeah. It's so super. And one thing that I also love is like, I never in a million years in my entirety as a Fantastic Four fan thought I would say this, but I wish we got more Mole Man. Because I love all the interactions between Mole Man and Sue. And that, like, Mole Man is just trolling Reed, pissing Reed off. It's like, all right, Sue, what do you need? Because Sue...
Which I like the fact that Mole Man wasn't just, like, an opening joke. He actually came into play in the plot.
Yep. And again, Sue helps connect everything. You know, government liaison. She handles the press. She does all the important work, while like all the important smaller work, while Reed does the big bombastic science. Yes, Reed does lead them in the field. He is the one that gives the orders. But Sue, the Fantastic Four is a family. And I don't know about y'all's families, but in my house, my mom ran the fucking show. My mom still runs this fucking show.
They are a family, so technically they
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the mom runs the show. Also, like, people sleep on Sue so much power-wise. Like, Sue is like Reed has said on record multiple times, Sue is the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four, bar none, point blank, period. And now I know what some of you are going to say, probably, but Jay, there's no way Sue would be powerful enough to push back Galactus. Well, time for me to actually for real. Actually, look at it like this, y'all. Franklin was gestating in her for 9 months. Galactus confirmed Franklin has the power cosmic. Guess what tends to linger for a long period of time in, you know, suitable vessels? The power cosmic. And Sue was in a very extreme, stressful situation. So tapping into that little bit of residual power cosmic to be enough to push Galactus, even though it wasn't even successful all the way, makes a lot of sense. And it's not like she was unscathed. She fucking died. Like,
which also, bravo to Vanessa Kirby, because those guttural screams,
dude, right? And when she saw Franklin and oh my god. But man, going back to Pedro, dude, Pedro's acting in that moment. Again, going back to the dialogue, just the baby, no, baby, please, no, stay with us, Sue. Come on. And then I love that he goes from stay with us to stay with me, because Reed is scared. He can't do this without Sue. He can't function without Sue.
Also, in like another moment with him that is just like right before that is when she first starts pushing him and Reed realizes what
she's doing, and he's like,
they don't even talk.
Yeah.
Reed just realizes what she's doing, and he's like, all right, let's get on this, Johnny. Whew.
Yep. And but then when she goes and she starts going ham and tapping into the power cosmic, and he goes, Sue, that's enough. but Sue just literally pushes him away, and he's just like, no, like that heartbreak in his eyes when he because he knows what she's about to do. It's just like, oh fuck. And also,
then just the facial acting from both Vanessa and Pedro when they realize, oh shit, our baby.
Yep. And I also love just the scene where God resurrects his mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a nice scene, and it's also just so sweet. Also, I know me and Corey brought this up, and I explained this away in the theater, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. So I know what some of you guys might be thinking. You saw that kid and were like, wait a second, that kid looks like a fucking 1-year-old. So first off, one thing I will say to get into some weird sci-fi comic book bullshit: one, it's comic book bullshit, but two, they did, when he was born, they traveled around a star with a gravity well. And we all know with black holes and shit like that, there is time dilation.
They said it themselves.
So that month that they were out might not have been a month for them. Mm-hmm. So that's why Franklin is so fucking big.
They said it. Yeah. They said it themselves that a split second for the surfer would have been a month.
Yeah. So like, that's why Franklin is so fucking big. So, like, just to clarify the confusion for those of you who don't speak sci-fi, that's why Franklin was a big ass baby. Obviously,
also, we don't know specifically like how much time passed from them first arriving back at Earth to when Galactus came.
They did the broadcast said a month of travel. Yeah. They did say a month of travel. A month out.
No, I'm saying after post travel.
Oh, post travel. Okay,
so it's safe to assume that it took them like several months.
Yeah.
To build each a.
The way that it was framed. Now they don't say this, but the way that it was framed, it seemed like it was like it took Galactus 1 month per planet, because each marker they're like, he's going past Jupiter, now he's in Mars, blah 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 blah. So like,
and it got to the moon.
It was at least 3 more months.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know about y'all, but if you see
babies grow fast, bro. And he's a god baby. He's a god baby.
I mean, he's so powerful that he was hiding his power,
right? Mm-hmm. From the smartest man in the entire universe.
Yes.
Yeah, but he can't hide from a primordial entity.
Yep. I mean,
but just to see not only like Reed cry at Sue's death, but also little baby Franklin crying.
Yeah, Franklin crying. Oh my god. Yeah, that pulled at my heartstrings. Franklin crying, and this reminds me of like, so there's a joke about the Marvel sliding time scale being that like Franklin doesn't want his favorite superheroes to age and die, which is why Spider-Man doesn't age. Spider-Man's his favorite. And so like I made the joke of, no, you don't get to die. I like you. Come back, mommy.
Mom, no. Not your time yet. Get your ass back here.
Who's gonna change my diaper? Dad? No.
I do gotta give them cred. Like, you can tell that the baby was CGI, but
yeah,
we've seen a lot worse CGI babies.
Way worse, mm-hmm. And I was too absorbed in the moment to really care about it being a CGI baby.
Case in point, Renesmee.
Also, would you want a real baby in the middle of all that bullshit? Nah.
No.
Dear God, you remember the bad CGI for Renesmee?
We don't need to talk about it, Brian. That's why I was trying to go past.
There's also the bad CGI babies in the Flash film that I don't want to bring up again.
The Flash film. No. There's also the CGI baby in Hot D, if you remember when.
Oh, God, yeah. Cringe. But one thing I would say about Sue, it was her using all of her might to push Galactus is when that dude walked out.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's probably like, oh, women can't do that.
I don't know what that dude was thinking. That motherfucker.
Personally, my headcanon is like, he was one of those fucking red pill bros. It's like, she's not that strong. No way she could do that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, but
because that's because you know that's the argument they're gonna give is like, there's no way she's that strong. That's bullshit. they were just trying to gas her up because she's a woman.
Like,
no, you guys, Sue is powerful as fuck. And again, she's got residual power for cosmic from having Franklin in her for that gestation period.
Also, if you go back and you look at the movie, the only female characters that are there for like 10 plus minutes are Sue and Surfer.
Sue the Surfer and like the couple cameos of her like assistant.
Yeah, and Natasha Lyonne.
And Natasha
the
Lyonne.
only female characters in this movie.
Listen, Sue is strong. Sue is the strongest like member of the Fantastic Four. Like, she would not be able to do this on a good day, but motherfucker, she died. It's not like she did this without breaking a sweat. She literally had to kill herself.
And be revived by her god-powered son.
She didn't, and I hate to say it, but you gotta be honest, she didn't even succeed.
She did not. That's the other thing. She didn't succeed. I brought that up earlier. It wasn't even successful. So you can't complain that there's no way this one woman could do something the entire Fantastic Four couldn't do.
She didn't.
Like, that's something that Trash brought up about within the leaks. Again, I'm not trying to shit on you, Trash. If you're listening to this is not me throwing you under the bus. But one of Trash's concerns is like in the leaks they say that Sue defeats Galactus. Sue does not defeat Galactus. She almost pushes him through, but he does not. Like he says nope. It was the Silver Surfer who defeats Galactus.
I'd say that it was a group effort because first of all, Ben.
Oh yeah,
knocked Galactus off of
because all four had to work together to put him back into place.
All five.
Yeah.
Technically.
Technically, calling shit out of the ball.
I can, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to say the antagonists of the film being Fireball and Galactus. They are not like outright villains.
Oh yeah, because Galactus is a universal force. He's not evil. He's neutral.
Yeah, he's just,
he didn't want like to destroy just to destroy.
He just wanted to be done. He's been going through this he's been doing this for eons, and he feels really guilty. He's like, I don't want to kill people anymore. I don't want to kill people, man. I just want to be done. This baby is strong enough to be the next me. Which, fun fact, he is. Jonathan spoiler alert for Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. Galactus has a conversation with Franklin where he says, "Hey Franklin, so I just want to let you know, when this universe ends, you and I will be the only ones remaining, and you and I are gonna merge, just like I merged with my universe, and you're gonna basically become the next me." So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
But I also
I was
surprised. I was surprised to find out that this movie did that plot point so soon.
Right. Also, can we just give a fucking huge shout out and celebratory hoorah for the fact that our man Galen has been released from Cloud Purgatory. To quote Iman's tweet, "My man has limbs."
Dude, that reveal scene.
Oh my god, dude. So the thing that a lot of people don't get about Galactus, if you've never read The Coming of Galactus, that shit is biblical end times level shit. I love that they got the scene where the sky was on fire. That was straight out of The Coming of Galactus. Now the scene that like was straight out of the comics that like made me shed a tear just out of beauty was the scene where Silver Surfer is like looking at the moon and like pondering philosophically, as Silver Surfer is to do.
Especially when Stan wrote the character.
Oh my god, when Stan writes, you'd think it was Tony.
He ain't wrong, folks.
But like, man, Shia LaBeouf is such a great character, and again, I love that the thing was like Johnny connecting with her. I thought that was perfect. I thought that was perfect. And again, it wasn't a love thing either. It's not that she fell in love with Johnny. It's that Johnny reminded her of her love for life and for lack of a better term, humanity. Because obviously there are other species besides humans, but
also,
lack of a better term, humanity.
Also, she had a kid.
Yep.
And let's be honest, gents. A woman will have a stronger connection to a child than a man.
Yep. Also, but I am sad we did not get to see. But I was sad we did not get to see Norrin. But I think that was on purpose because we're probably going to see Norrin when the universe gets set to proper.
Oh yeah. Also, I doubt that after the events of this movie, Galactus will want her as his servant.
I mean, I don't think we're going to see her again because, again, when the universe gets reset, it's probably just going to change the timeline where it's going to be a different outcome where Norrin is the one that makes the sacrifice and Shalla-Bal is going to be stuck on that planet. Yeah, I think Shalla-Bal is going to be when they reset the world. Shalla-Bal is going to be stuck on, be the one stuck on the planet with the kid, and Norrin is going to be the one to make the sacrifice. Because if we're this is the perfect transition into speculation. So if we're going with the theory that you guys proposed of the fact that with Secret Wars and Doomsday, that it's going to be like a soft reset where we're going to get like a new Cap, new Tony, Johnny and Pete will have known each other, all this other shit. I think the reason they went with a Shalla-Bal, not only for plot purposes, was because they wanted to show it was a different universe, and then when they make it into the proper full-on Marvel universe, which includes Fantastic Four and the mutants, we will have proper comic book Norrin Rad Silver Surfer.
Which, honestly, if I'm trying to think about like casting, I think they should do like they did with the Tim story.
Yep.
Have it be
Doug Jones. Just get Doug Jones again.
Sweet Tooth in
yeah. Exactly.
Have it be like Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal.
Listen, you got Doug Jones' number. Call Doug Jones again. Yeah. He'll do it.
I mean, I think he just ended being on Star Trek Discovery.
Yep.
Because he was a main cast member in that, which
he was.
Kudos to him.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't just a mocap this time. He was a full-on character.
Yeah, he was like Abe Sapien, where it was him with makeup.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, fun fact: still to this day, if you go to
wait, I thought that Doug Jones wasn't the voice of Abe Sapien, but they like
which that's what I was going into.
Yeah, but they gave
if you go back and you look at the Hellboy movie, only Doug Jones is credited for Abe Sapien, but David Hyde Pierce.
That's who it was. David Hyde Pierce.
Who was the brother in Frasier. He provided the voice for Abe Sapien, but after seeing the movie...
That's why he sounded so pretentious. He was fucking Niles?
Yes, but after he saw like the final cut of the movie, he said, Doug owned that role. He deserves credit for that role.
Oh yeah.
I don't want my name on this movie.
100%.
So David Hyde Pierce took his name off of the movie to give Doug the credit.
But yeah, back to Speculation Station. I do think that Shalla-Bal was a one movie thing, even though it was great. As much as I would love to see her again, and I'm not opposed to seeing her again, I think she was great. But I do think that once they set this to like the proper Marvel universe, they are going to have Norrin Rad Silver Surfer.
Maybe she could show up in a Silver Surfer project.
Because I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we will still see her. Like, because Shalla-Bal exists. Like, she is on Zen-La. And she even became Silver Surfer for a time and temporarily traded places with Norrin, which is why, like, I was flipping out on people when they initially started bitching about Shalla-Bal being Silver Surfer. You can. It was we even have this on camera or like on mic. I'm like, you guys, she exists. She's a real character. This isn't just a gender swap for gender swap. Like, this is actually an important character to Silver Surfer's lore. But anyways, I do think that Norrin is going to be the proper Silver Surfer. Not to say that Shalla-Bal isn't proper, but Norrin is too quintessential for when they have their finally fully proper Marvel universe that they don't have him. That would feel weird.
I feel you. But people also speculate that a similar thing might happen with Doom.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to bring up. I don't think RDJ will be Doom at the end of Secret Wars. I think what's going to happen is what happened, a version of what happened in Secret Wars 2015. I think the RDJ Doom is going to be fully scarred, fucked up face Doctor Doom, right? And then they're going to do what happened at the end of Secret Wars 2015, where Reed uses the god powers of the Molecule Man or whatever MacGuffin where Reed will get the god powers that Doom acquired, and he'll reset the universe and also give Doom a second chance by fixing his face. And by fixing Doom's face, it'll give them a reason to have a new actor for Doom.
Well, there was also speculation going around that RDJ is just a fake out.
Could also see that.
But apparently, and this goes into a different thing of speculation, supposedly, according to a producer, that was like literally RDJ in the post-credit scene.
Oh.
A mid-credit scene.
Nice. Okay. I figured. It has the same build, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which we don't even need to talk about the second post-credit scene, though.
Also,
it was cute.
It was cute. I do like that the art style of the cartoon looks like the 60s Marvel cartoons, like the Spider-Man one and the Fantastic Four one.
By the way, I saw a familiar name in the credits, so I ended up Googling it. The animation studio behind the cartoon is Titmouse.
What?
That is literally their name.
No, I know Titmouse. They're the Adult Swim animation studio.
They also did Vox Machina.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was Titmouse. Oh shit! Huh? Crazy. But yeah, no, that makes sense because Titmouse also was behind Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and if you look at the little cartoon skits that were in between in Aqua Teen, it was based off of those old Fantastic Four cartoons. So like they love those things.
It got full circle.
But
so
back
that also makes me think now that we've had this whole film, is the reason why they come to the 616 because
they're chasing Franklin. I think Doom baby naps Franklin, and they're going after, and they're getting their baby back. They want their baby back, like they're going to Chili's.
You think?
Yeah, I think he baby naps Franklin.
That makes sense.
I think Franklin is going to be the Molecule Man equivalent, like the Molecule Man Beyonder equivalent.
Oh my god. So they're going to kind of do something similar
Doom, I think Doom is going to siphon off Franklin's powers, and that is what he's going to use to create Battle World.
So basically they're going to do something similar to Wish World in Doctor Who.
Pretty much. Literally, yeah. But like, it's not a baby making a wish. It's Doom absorbing the power of said god baby and then making a wish, essentially. Yeah, basically. That's what I think is going to happen. He's going to siphon off Franklin's power and then use that as the catalyst to create Battle World, like he did with the Beyonders in Secret Wars 2015 / Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. Because I doubt they're going to go out of their way to introduce Owen. As much as I think Owen Reese is a cool character, they're not gonna just. Nobody but me cares about the Molecule Man. But I would like to see a scene. I would like to see a scene where Peter gives Molecule Man a burger, just as a reference for Miles. Miles isn't gonna be there. I like you, kid. You gave me a burger. I'll put you in this universe.
Also, we have gotten to this point where. Shit, is Doomsday the next movie?
Doomsday is the next movie because that's what they said. They will return in Doomsday. I don't know if it's the next one on the schedule, but it's the next one they will be in.
I think it might be the next.
To the Google.
I believe
I'll stall with more speculation while you Google. But yeah. So I definitely think that it's gonna be Doom siphoning off Franklin's power, and it's like this will all. I can't wait to see Johnny and Pete interact, and maybe Johnny can turn Peter Parker into the Peter Parker I've always wanted him to be, that I know Tom Holland is capable of being. Don't let Tom Holland be the Henry Cavill of Spider-Man. I know that's a hot take, and a lot of people might flame me in the comments. Okay, what's the next movie?
This is according to Wikipedia, so it could be wrong. The next one is Brand New Day.
Okay, so it is the Spooderman.
And that won't happen till like a year from now.
Now, speaking of the Spooderman, here's my next question. Do you think their post-credit scene will have a Johnny Peter interact? I kind of want that. I kind of need that. They're my favorite friendship in all of comics.
Oh, yeah.
I need it. Insert SpongeBob clip here.
But yeah, next year we are only getting 2 MCU movies.
That's the least amount we've gotten in a long time. That's crazy.
We are getting Brand New Day in late July, and then we are getting Doomsday in mid-December.
Wait, late July? Oh, so man, they're even breaking the tradition of releasing a new MCU movie before Free Comic Book Day. That's wow. They are really
July 31st.
They are really dedicated to like making sure this has enough time, which I'm glad for. That is one other smaller thing that
Feige did confirm when he was like doing the breadcrumbs at San Diego Comic-Con, there will be no high-tech suits.
Yay.
It is going to be a very grounded Spider-Man.
Thank Christ. But yeah. Okay, we have been yapping for a long time, and I could continue yapping. There's so much I love about this movie. Final thoughts and ratings, though, because like I don't want poor Tony to have to do super episodes back to back, even though this is going to be a big one. Pause.
It's not like I haven't defeated Herculean feats of editing before.
You can do it, bro. You're a fantastic audio editor.
Indeed.
I fight hard, damn it.
It's editing time.
And we appreciate your work and your sacrifice.
I'm trying to figure out another pun, but I don't have another one. Here's the thing. I'm out of puns. But, yeah.
Get my edit on.
Yeah, exactly. Alright. See, this time we didn't miss puns. Fuck you past us.
Contact, Brian. Folks at home, there was a joke, a missed opportunity pun.
And I'm so mad.
We were talking about the prolific author, Jim Shooter, in the world of comics, and we really missed a pun. As Hamilton fans and comic fans, I'm really embarrassed with ourselves, mostly towards Jay and myself.
I was so mad.
It was a really funny one.
It was so good.
Yeah.
You, in essence, didn't take your shot.
Yeah, we didn't make that pun, Brian. We didn't make that pun. His name is Jim Shooter. I can't believe we didn't make that pun. I'm so mad at myself.
Yeah, Jim Shooter didn't throw away his shot.
I'm so mad. That was perfect. And I missed it. I love puns so much, and you don't know how badly I've been kicking myself for the past day since Tony brought this up. That's why I had to mention it. Fuck you past me. I got the pun this time. Alright, for reals. Final thoughts and ratings. I'm going to give it to Tony, then Brian, and then me, because I have the most to say in closing.
Alright, I'll make this quick. I'll make this brief. It is a 10 out of 10 film. You want to know why it's a 10 out of 10 film for me? The MCU got the first family right. That's all I have to say.
Alright.
They got the first family right.
Alright. I'm with you. Alright, Brian, what about you?
This was a great movie. Yeah, I really liked it. And I will say that one thing, exposing myself, is I will sometimes talk to myself. I think we all do it.
100%.
From time to time. I always, when I go to see a movie by myself, will talk to myself.
Yeah.
Like, talking out my thoughts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to go see this movie, I was speechless afterwards. Because that's how good this was. And it surprised me with how good it was. And I'm not as big into the FF as, say, Jay here. But I really liked it. And I honestly think that it is the best MCU film since, say, Endgame. And that is why, even though I have not do this very often and I'm doing it back to back, I think, yeah, I'm going to have to also give this a 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. All right. So me. All right. So call back to last week's episode. You guys remember how I told you that, like, how much my dad like loves and cares about Superman? That's me with the Fantastic Four, and I am about to make a huge hyperbolic statement. Maybe hyperbolic statement that is 100% just my entirely too biased opinion. So take it with as much salt as you need to. In my humble opinion, as a lifelong Fantastic Four fan, this is the best comic book movie I have ever seen. And I say this as a comic book movie. This gets the comics. This is for comic fans. This is the best comic book movie I have ever seen. Point blank, period. My rating is 4,400,444 out of 10.
For the spreadsheet, I'm just going to count that as 10.
Fair. But I had to commit to the bit. Yeah, folks. 2 perfects in a row for me. This is so rare, but that's just how fucking stacked
Yeah,
July
and also,
is.
it is very rare for me personally to give a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Like I am looking at the spreadsheet right now. There is only, beyond Superman, there is only one other thing for this season that I have given a 10 out of 10 for.
All right.
And it is also Superman related.
Okay.
Superman and Lois, season 4.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that was fucking. I totally understand. That shit was perfect. In terms of ending.
That was our only times that we have had collective 10 out of 10s. Was this and both Superman property.
Yep. Ah, man. Don't expect another one for a while. I don't think. Not until Wicked comes out. I'll put that on the table. That's probably gonna. If the trailers are any indication, Wicked might be the next one.
For people wanting us to take a break from these elaborate reviews, you're gonna have to wait a bit because next week is probably gonna have to be another one.
It probably won't be as long because it is a hyperfixation, but also given the precarious situation that property finds itself in, we might not go too deeply on it. And
also, there's not going to be any speculation.
Yeah, and before Brian announces what it is, because I'm pretty sure you guys have already figured it out, I do want to say, and Brian will probably put a disclaimer in that episode regardless, but we do not support this creator. We are just doing this to support the actors and the wonderful team that worked hard on this show, and we did enjoy the first season, so we want to follow up. So Brian, what is that show? Go ahead and tell the folks at home.
Well, we are hopping back to the corner of DC, and we're going to be covering the second and final season of Sandman.
Yep. I'm excited. Regardless of my opinion on the author, this is still one of my favorite stories of all.
Apparently had little to no involvement in season 2.
Which is why we feel more comfortable with covering the show in the first place. We again, feel like this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. We do believe and support all victims, and victims do deserve justice. This is going to be one of those cases of where we're going to have to separate the art from the artist on this one. Whether you believe that it's possible or not is up to you, but we're going to attempt to try it with this one. But yeah, man, Fantastic Four. Fucking tour de force of a film. Let us know all your thoughts in the comments down below.
Of blockbusters.
What a fucking triple feature, y'all. This has been a journey. Thank you all for joining us on this fantastic voyage, this wonderful adventure. I'm glad we got to celebrate this together as a family. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.